Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I do have the hiccups right now. 1 second. My little dog was out there going crazy with her barking. That could be significant. Today is June 12th. It's currently 1:29 p.m. This say relaxing, but relaxing could be significant. It is hot outside, okay? Some of you guys could be in this rush and perfectionist energy. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm experiencing hiccups, chest pain, wanting to acknowledging something and wanting to shift it into a healthy route, at least that I feel is healthy. Because I felt myself in this space of urgency and I was like, let me just. So that could be significant. It was told that the sound of 3 bells removes any lingering, monitoring spirits. You guys could be spiritual, believe in the unseen, and you connect with things bigger than this 3D plane, higher perspectives. You could believe in magic. Now, this tarot deck was out already from yesterday when I used it, but I'm probably going to use one of these tarot decks. Okay, I'm going to start off with this one. This gives me like the meanings and everything, so I'll probably use that as a confirmation or something, but for now, so I'm focusing on an intuitive reading, which even if it has meanings, you can still read intuitively, but it kind of already sways you towards somewhere else. Let me see. I'm seeing the Magician. I'm seeing the 8 of Cups. These don't have to be significant for you, but they also can. I'm seeing the World and the Devil as well as the Star card. A lot of you guys could resonate with a message that I made yesterday. I only posted 3 parts of the video. There's a full 5 parts, not including an additional almost 2-hour-long video. All right, this card came out, Queen of Pentacles. You could be a Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo, or this energy is just significant. Maybe earth energy is significant. The Queen, the creator of pentacles, of finances, of material values, of grounding, earth, nature. Maybe you guys, somebody is in their element, or it could be encouraged, like an earth sign being out in nature. That most definitely will possibly activate something, maybe a level of calm. You don't have to be an earth sign. Anybody can heal in nature, just like if you're a water sign, and you don't even have to be. A body of water or water period could activate something for you. It could be very healing. I feel like the collective that I am speaking to, or the message that I'm going towards, is someone living as they experience, which is the norm, right? You're living and experiencing as you go. with the knowledge and wisdom, or not, that you have. That includes career, prosperity, richness within, relationship with self, relationship with others, the journey itself. It's like really all of the above tying into one's reality. Now, take only what resonates for you as I dive into this message. We all have different ways of thinking, seeing things, believing, interpreting. So only take what resonates for you. I'm not here to confuse you, sway you off a path that you feel is in alignment. I'm just here to confirm. I am an intuitive guide. I am a multifaceted advisor. So I give advice in many areas of one's life. I do tarot and oracle readings. I provide mentorships and life coaching sessions. I work with the youth, and I also work with families. So if you guys are ever looking for any of my services, if you want to check out my website, my reviews, if you want to send in a tip or pay for any of my services, my Linktree has all of my payment options, my website, other platforms, like my social media handles that I have. I have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. If you resonate with the messages or my content, please don't forget to give me a follow. I haven't really been going live as much, so TikTok is not really pushing out my live as much. So the more that you guys do engage, double tapping, commenting, sharing, it will be able to push me out of this shadow ban period. So I appreciate you guys in advance. If you have any questions or concerns, you can drop a question, a comment, any advice that you need in the comment section, or you can DM me or email me. My email is thealignedSpaceCo@gmail.com. I will not reach out to you, okay? I will not just give you a reading out of nowhere and say certain things. I even got certain messages from scammers of other tarot readers. So I already know how people are sliding in people's DMs and they hit you with that, "Is this true, my beloved?" or whatever the case may be. So I am not going to be reaching out. 9 times out of 10 it's a scam account if they do not go live. And I know sometimes I haven't been on live lately, but sometimes, you know, just use your intuition, your common sense, anything like that. Because the scammers are scammering. Sometimes they're getting a little bit too good to where it's kind of hard to see if somebody is, you know, if this is a real page or not. But like I said, I personally will not reach out to you, DM you, follow you, offer you, like, instantly give you a reading, whatever the case may be. Please report and then block these accounts so that TikTok can ban them, because people are literally getting scammed of their hard-earned money. Now, let's see. Somebody could be creating, they're in this new version of self, or they're creating life in a new reality. They're creating wealth. They're creating wisdom from experiences. They're creating things for others. They're creating for themselves, whatever it is. Some of this is unintentional, intentional, whatever the case may be. So I could be speaking to people who live with purpose and intent as well. All right. What is the message here? We got the 4 of Swords on the back of the deck. All right, 10 of Swords here. This is usually a mental card, okay? Because the Swords represents the air energy, which ties in with communication, mentality, ideas, even travel, intellect, the mind, right? Now, this image is literally given in real life. Somebody will be done for, right? Gone, soul taken to another place, respectfully. So either a literal death could have happened, or this is something that was so painful that this was the possibly the worst thing that somebody ever experienced. And maybe it was more than one situation that led up to this point, but this is literally the rock bottom card of pain. Something, there was a painful ending that happened in someone's life with a Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo, or this Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo experienced the painful ending. Now, you don't have to be an earth sign, but just take the messages how they resonate. This is not a personal message for anyone in particular. I'm just reading the cards, trusting in my intuition, and providing a message and posting it. Okay? Somebody could be in this mental head over heart space, possibly balancing everything out, getting grounded, or it could be encouraged. Somebody could be nurturing themselves, and this could have been a nurturer, a giver. It's probably why the pain is so. Okay, 6 of Wands. This pain could have been broadcasted, or it could have been seen by many. Someone could be receiving public recognition, flowers, success. They're on their high horse. This is the day-to-day from a person who is, you know, abundant, or maybe they're at a period of abundance, an abundance amount of pain, an abundance amount of success in different areas. Success looks like many different ways for many different people. Thank you so much for the gifts. I do appreciate that. So someone hit rock bottom. There was a painful ending here. Maybe this was in the public eye, or maybe a lot of people knew about it or seen this. Maybe someone is going to share their painful story, and, you know, this is how they're going to become. People are going to be there for them. They're possibly going to become famous from doing so, or they did become famous from this, or maybe this pain catapulted someone into success, or maybe this pain helped somebody going. You know how some people be like, oh, I love when people play with me, because then they push me into demon mode. Not literally demon, but it's just saying sometimes, like, this person could be somebody who go through things, and when they go through things, it literally pushes them in this space of going even harder, being more focused, you know, whatever the case may be. Or maybe this is what this is going to lead to. Now, on the money spectrum, honey, I am seeing a new offer, financial offer. This could be a promotion. This could be a new job. This could be you starting up a business. This could be you learning something new to the point to where you can get paid for this, or you can have like passive income, multiple streams of income, whatever the case may be. So this is like the day-to-day life things that are going on. You know, there's a little bit of something happening everywhere. Welcome in, you guys. This is a collective. If you guys please can double tap the screen, that would be great. I believe I'm experiencing like some type of shadow ban. So the more you guys interact, the more I can like be pushed towards viewers and everything like that. But I do appreciate the people who are here. You know, there may be a message here for you. Only take what resonates. Yeah, a check is coming in, okay? A check is coming in because somebody had put in work with something. Maybe somebody put in a word for someone. Like, maybe this is spiritually connected. Oh, a tower. Awakenings, destruction, things happening out of nowhere. This is the major arcana. This is the only major arcana. Well, actually, we've seen the star card. We've seen something else. I can't really recall. And now the tower is here on the back of the deck. Now, this could resonate with you. It doesn't have to. Okay. Sometimes I'll still gain messages from these cards, or I'll just use the ones that actually pop out or that I pull myself. But these most definitely could still be in some significance to you. Okay. Taurus energy could be significant. After chaos, destruction, upheaval, there possibly could have been some type of awakening, or maybe things that are built on solid faulty foundation, of course, has to come tumbling down. So it's just really the natural laws of karma. Karma is consequences of one's actions. So just basically what we do, what we don't do, you know. So that could be good karma, not so good karma, because we we like to tie things to like having a negative connotation. That's why we traumatize ourselves so bad and traumatize other people, because everything is viewed in like some type of negative way. Death, you know, heartbreak, which I can understand like with heartbreak, but once you ascend and have like a shifted perspective or a higher perspective, you just start looking at things as like lessons and experiences bringing forth wisdom. Because if you knew better, you would have done better, just like the next person, you know. So it helps you kind of have forgiveness and, you know, no judgment. And this is a tarot reading coming from me. There's billions of people in the world, okay? Anybody is able to give a message however they feel. You know, that's the greatest superpower that you guys have, is that nobody else is like you. You know, the mind, what levels that you can reach, etc. So this is just one message of many. You also can interpret the messages however it fits for you, however you like, based on my own awareness, frequency that I'm on at the moment, what I'm seeing at the moment. Sometimes I gain messages after the fact as well, when the reading is all over with, and I be like, dang, I ain't even get to say that. But it's cool, okay? Because you really, the answers are literally like always there. Tools, these are like tools, but the thing is, they're extras. We don't really need these things, is what I personally feel, you know. But I do feel like on a personal journey, these cards can really help you tap in with the unseen or something that's within the subconscious, like different things like that, rather than trying to get tea and fortune tell people's lot and like all this, you know. But people and these tools are so magical that you never know what you get from something. Fortune telling, confirmation, this and that, right? But just apply things how it fits for you, which I feel like you're going to do regardless, even if you're in a space of unknowing, confusion, whatever the case may be. It is what it is, you know. Different chapters. Okay, so now after experiencing this like painful endings, and then next thing you know, success, and then next thing you know, financial opportunities, and now experiencing a tower moment, and now somebody's in this space of apathy. Maybe somebody like, I knew I shouldn't have did that. I knew I shouldn't have went back to the past. I knew that. Look, love yourself as you are. Have self-compassion. That's how we really can start loving other people more. When we start really understanding ourselves, having compassion for ourselves, that's how we'll be a little bit more easy on other people. Now I ain't going to go snap his neck because he cheated on me when we was in high school. Now I'm not going to get my leg back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we all get raised up differently. We see things differently. Some people, like I said, I be telling people a lot. Some people believe that there's a such thing as demon seeds, demon children. But I just don't. I just feel like as a newborn, when you come into the world, you start off as innocent, pure, etc. Your experiences and your own free will is what leads you wherever it leads you, you know? I feel like it's up to us to do our own work, even though we can get misled, you know, pick up on other information. Maybe we don't fully know. We're interpreting things in a way that's really hindering us instead of uplifting or helping us, whatever the case may be, right? But it is what it is. It happens. It happens. I do feel like everybody has the potential to awaken and to rise into like a higher caliber of self or whatever the case may be. But I mean, hey, this your reality. You do what you do. Your beliefs control pretty much 90% of how your world is, right? Beliefs, actions, thoughts, stuff like that. That's why I encourage people, if you're going to have any beliefs or do this and do that, at least make sure, you know, you're firm within something. Because sometimes you can feel like you're firm into something, or you know self, and then boom, awakening, aha moment, whatever it can be. So that's why I feel like, you know, we're constantly evolving. Some people feel like there's a finish line to growth, there's a finish line to healing. Others don't. I mean, hey, it is what you. That's why you have free will. You can believe in anything at this point. Some people believe that whatever you believe in, you turn into reality, even if there's no truth to it, whatever the case may be. Some people feel like you're a spiritual being in a human body. Other people feel like you're a human being in a spiritual world. Like, it's all really different, you know? But we're all saying the same thing, seem like. But the meanings are different because our frequency or awareness levels, and whether there's a certain level of growth or not. You know, I feel like that's how the meanings shift. Like, you will hear the saying, oh, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I feel like there's levels of interpreting things. There's a level of understanding, understanding, overstanding.
Hotels.com is the place you go to book hundreds of thousands of hotels.
Understanding is just the typical way of how everybody interprets information. Understanding is more on a higher, or like, whatever I'm trying to say. And then the overstanding, because I had already shared this point of view with somebody in my personal life at the time. And then when I determined like the overstanding, it's like, oh no, I get it. Like, I'm at that I reached that level where like I get it. Like, I can't get it even more than what I got it. You know what I'm saying? Hello from my Jonesy. Hello there. Go drink some water. Some of y'all could even do good in drinking more water, eating more healthy, getting out into nature more. You know, especially getting out of those negative emotions. Anything can really help. You know? Because the praise from other people, it may sound good and look good, but are you really able to feel that? Do you really see yourself? Do you really feel in a particular way? And I just say this to say, like, this is a message of external validation. We don't want that. We don't want that. I mean, hey, you can do whatever you want. You can want whatever you want. Have whatever you want. I'm not here to project on you at all. But I always feel like I have the best interests of the collective's hearts. So that's why I give certain messages the way I give. But at the end of the day, if it sounds like it don't resonate with you, leave it for someone else, honey. Maybe you'll see what I mean later on. Maybe not. Yeah, this has been like a long, slow journey of possible confusion, things going on subconsciously, a path of illusion, everything not what it seems, mystery, secrets. And secrets don't have to be in the most negative way possible. Secrets can literally just be like the definition, something hidden to one's knowledge, whether it's on purpose or not, though. Okay? Bring the good with the bad, honey. Like, we really look at things in a way that's what makes us fearful of going through it or experiencing it or doing this and doing that. You got to know you can weather any storm, overcome any obstacle. And a lot of times these things are really just adding to you rather than taking away. It's helping you become aware, awoken. You know, now you're ascending. Now you're wiser, stronger. Because what doesn't kill you make you stronger, honey. But anyways, new financial opportunities, new money, new job, new promotion, whatever the case may be. Somebody is focusing on that bag. Okay? Somebody is possibly even going to become famous. Somebody could already be in the limelight, could have a huge following. Okay? I feel like this is somebody, their day-to-day, it's different stuff going on in their world, in their day-to-day. Somebody is not doing well emotionally. Maybe even mentally as well. And it makes sense. You know, take time out for self when you go through things so huge and so life-changing. You know, because there could have been some type of shift, internal, externally, within one's reality, within oneself. And, you know, this is not something you can just, oh, flip a coin, tails, I'm done. Like, sometimes it's like a journey of something rather than putting a time frame on something. Okay? So there's wisdom to this pain. There's enjoyment that can be experienced within this life. Teachings, whether you're teaching it or learning it, you know, wisdom bring experience and wisdom. I guess it all depends on how you choose to live the life that you're experiencing. Either you can find joy in the small things, or you can miss out on opportunities by being in apathy. Like, sometimes we all have our fair share of being in these spaces. It doesn't mean that you're not in alignment, or you're, that's why they say you're always in alignment, because even in the space of confusion, making mistakes, you're still right where you need to be. Because imagine not bumping your head or learning lessons. I mean, that's just naturally gonna happen. That's what I call destiny right there, for real. It's like something that's bound to happen, like literally bound. Okay, that's just what happened. That's just what happens. So whatever happened in the past, whatever things that y'all be blaming yourself for, whatever the case may be, let it go. Any pain that somebody has did to you, dished out to you, let it go. Because the thing is, it's hindering your health, your finances, your journey more than you think. But it's okay. It's okay. Because, you know, sometimes the pain be paining. The enlightenment don't be enlightening. Right? You just be in that certain period. But for some of you guys who are ready to hear a message as such and help yourself shift a perspective, or unapologetically feel all your emotions, experience, come out of dark times, go into them, come out again, whatever, just it would, you know, that's like the saying, take it with a grain of salt. This some bullshit. Okay, we're gonna put some salt on there. Let's just take it with a grain of salt. You know, that's what y'all do naturally anyway. So there's no point in stressing yourself out to death, worrying, being so sad and heartbroken, when you gonna bounce back anyway, and when you already overstand certain things. So, major arcana, major event, possibly life-changing, whatever the case may be, is upheaval, things happening out of the blue, possibly shocking, possibly something that don't really feel too good, destruction, chaos, whatever the case may be, in someone's internal world and or external reality. You or someone else, if someone else is coming out in your reading, could be Taurus, Capricorn, and Earth Virgo. Heavy on the Virgo. I think this Virgo, but that's why I said and or. Okay, now if this is not necessarily talking about a person, because if we're talking about a person, this could be a feminine energy, male or woman. For some of you guys, a woman 35 years or older could be significant, or a woman earth sign. Even if they're not Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, they could just be somebody who's grounded, calm. Maybe they're a green witch. Maybe they know about spices and herbs. Maybe they're a nature type person, or a practical individual. Somebody who, and this is the queen energy. The queens are the creators, okay? And when we talking about pentacles, we're not just talking about prosperity, which of course finances is still a thing, but we can also be talking about nature, you know, earth, earthly matters, whether it's people, things like possessions, whatever the case may be. So you or someone else could be a Queen of Pentacles, whether you're male or woman, whether you're Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo or not. This card represents abundance. So I feel like whatever this tower moment and everything like that was, you're still abundant. A lot of things were kind of meant to happen, because if something is building on faulty foundation, if someone is not as woke, or if they need to go through a lesson, whatever the case may be, then 9 times out of 10 it's just naturally going to happen. It's not your fault. It's not anyone else's fault. This is not about blame. New money, a check, a job, a messenger coming in. New financial opportunities are here. Someone could be creating these. This could be, you know, unsolicited advice, right? Because these are suggestions. You are the main character in your own life. You make your own choices and decisions. Regardless if you see a tarot reading, go to a therapist, whatever the case may be. This is not subject to medical advice, anything like that. It is for educational purposes only. You're responsible for your own choices, etc. Somebody is still, after experiencing chaos, destruction, upheaval. It's like, maybe whatever this tower moment was, it was cool, it was necessary. Sometimes we think things are happening to us, but it's actually happening for us. You know, like, it's like we always take a thing so personal. We feel like everyone and everything is out to get us, when in actuality, we the ones who giving ourselves karma, and everything is just balancing itself back out. At least that's my perspective. Someone went through this painful ending, but they could be somebody who is experiencing some type of public recognition, praise, etc. Or this is to come. Maybe this is something that you like. You're going to be creating a business. Because whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, this is somebody who's business savvy. This is somebody who can multiply and create many streams of income, or educate themselves into doing so. It's just all up to you. How are you going to go about something? Are you going to take a chance on yourself? Are you going to indulge in creating a business or multiple streams of income? Because you have the tools, the power, the energy, the skills, or you can develop the skills, right? We all start off not knowing something and then knowing something. Just because something seems hard or seems like you're like new to something doesn't mean that you can't master it, or doesn't mean that, you know, that should alienate you from anything. I always tell people, hey, don't alienate yourself. Let your spirit or soul flow free, honey. Because the main things, we be getting held back by fear and projections and all this, but that's up to us to do our own work and, you know, acknowledge the fear. Like, yes, you are in fear. Be there for yourself. Love yourself through that space and time, and then appropriately release that. That's in order to release, you may have to bring yourself enlightenment about whatever it is, but not something surface level, lasting transformation, or something that's literally like the groundwork and up. Because sometimes people, they're making this progress, or they're putting this action towards this, and then results come about, but then it's kind of faulty. It needs to be refined. It needs to be this. It needs to be that, you know. But that's fine too. That's just life. That's what they mean by dust yourself off and try again. You know, it is what it is. It's just life. It's just life. Somebody is creating abundance, or there's abundance all around. Somebody's life is going to change just like that if it haven't already, especially within the 3D plane or within their prosperity. It's giving all eyes on them. Maybe this person is even focusing back on them. That was focusing here and there, here and now. Maybe this person is focusing back, you know, onto them. And I feel like that's the best thing you can do, especially when you're experiencing like certain low vibrational moments and aspects. You know, you want to be able to lean on yourself and be there for yourself, instead of being at your lowest and being defeated. You want to be able to still be able to stand 10 toes, because sometimes you may not have people in the 3D around. Maybe you're going through your phase of cutting people off. Maybe you outgrown things. Maybe you do have people with you. Like, it's just different for everyone. Okay, thank you for sharing your feedback. Yes, okay, so with collectives, they're not really personal messages, but you guys still may be able to find a message or two, if not the whole message, you know. So thank you for your feedback, and for double tapping the screen. Yep. deciding. You could be deciding on where you want to travel next. You could be deciding on choosing to stay or leave something behind, especially to come into something new. Okay, I'm seeing collaborations, networking now or in the future. Maybe this could be confirming things of the past, because you know I'm a multiple scenarios situation type of girly. Okay, past, present, future energy could be significant. If it's not your energy, it's someone else's. Only tape will resonate. Yeah, I'm big on that. And it's also, you know, these readings be timeless. I have so many readings on my YouTube that if one was done December, 29th of 2014, it'll resonate December 12th, 2020. You know, they just be so timeless. Like, just because you see it today, receive it today, don't mean that it could just be something for, today. You may find yourself in another whole situation with different people, and the same message could resonate with you. Yeah, so one's love life. Someone could have been juggling a partner, juggling their independence and a union, or they could have just been juggling more than one person. Maybe somebody was operating, maybe they had passion for more than one person, situation, scenario, maybe in the idea they had, whatever the case may be, because this could be a fresh start, but it also talks about new ideas, new spark of passion. A lot of people, intuitive readers, they establish, a sexual energy about this card. I mean, it is fire energy, passion, everything like that. So of course I see where they got it. But the one here, I came across a few readers who now just be looking at this wand as like a penis. Like, I was gonna say trigger warning, but it's not like I'm actually mentioning something like, triggering, but it is a bit not PG-13. Somebody grabbing the wand, honey. Wait, because I don't really want to talk about all that. Somebody grabbing the wand. Is it you? Who is this? We ain't talking about that. But I mean, love was coming out, so now I'm in your business. I'm in somebody's business. Maybe I'm in my own business. I don't know. It be like that. Sometimes readers, you read your own business, you think you giving a collective. You be like, oh shit, I resonate with that. But I mean, that's what I mean, I can't talk about none that don't exist to me. So 9 times out of 10, maybe I experienced it, maybe I didn't, maybe I don't know. Okay, I like this playlist. Now this calming for show. It's a calming playlist for show. Oh, this is the stress relief playlist on Spotify. Some of you guys can have good taste, good business sense, business savvy. What's the energy surrounding mercy? If you would like a personal read, question any of my services, please let me know. Right now, the only thing that I am doing for free is this collective, but I do have deals and sales, especially for new and returning clients. If you guys want to schedule a free consultation so I can know what will work best for you, tarot and oracle readings, or mentorships and life coaching, family, different stuff like that, we can talk in a consultation. We don't really need 30 minutes. We can really get things, done within like 15. But if you need more time, that's totally fine. Or if you have just general other questions, prices and everything like that, you can comment in the chat, or you can send me an email. I do have certain hours of operation, but a lot of time I do like to be flexible, to be open, like to be available 25/8. So usually I do same day readings, but if that does not happen, then I usually send out these things within 1 to 3 business days. If you check out my website, it has all of that there. It has my disclaimer, it has my different services that I do. It even has reviews there. It has like a lot of different stuff. It gives you an in-depth version and all of that. But I don't believe I put that new clients and returning clients get up to 1 to 3 for 1 to 3 services they get deals and sales. Some of them are free, some of them are just really like lower cost than the standard price. A standard reading is $60. Okay, so for a new person, a new client, maybe they'll get $35 reading, maybe they'll get $25 reading, you know, maybe some free reading, right? So I'm also doing this thing when you guys purchase anything or you come into the chat, whatever the case may be. I start writing you guys' names down so that you guys can win certain things. Maybe you'll win a tarot and oracle deck. Maybe you'll win a free service or discounted service from me. Different things. Maybe a little goodie bag, gift bag. You know, I ask you what do you like. Some of y'all, you may be 420 friendly. Some of y'all straight, oh no, thank you. You know, so really just connecting with you guys more, seeing what you like, and then personalizing those goodie bags, you know, because I appreciate you guys. I feel like everyone contributes in the world in some type of way, whether you come across them or not. Okay, so I feel like you guys are just this grand.
Energy free nights and cool summer. The first energy plan that gives you free nights all year.
Okay, I ain't gonna. You guys are just as grand as moi. Okay. If you don't, there's still people evolving and coming into better energy, you know. I think where I am right now, I start realizing that a lot of people actually do have decent personalities and, you know, can bring things to the table. It's just, you never know. They may have narcissistic tendencies. They may have had a history of cheating. They may have been included in domestic violence. Different stuff, you know, it be happening to the best of us, child. I didn't bust a few lips, but that was because I felt hurt, etc. You know, and eventually that just happened. I'm not saying I'm like these individuals because I never really was the initiator of bullshit. Okay, I ain't gonna call it bullshit. I'm not violent, guys. Okay, I tell you my business, to do this, to do that, but don't be trying to label me now. Don't be trying to label me. I mean, you can do what you want to do though. It's all love. The Lovers and the King of Pentacles. Somebody, they about to get the relationship and the money, especially after a period of grief. But somebody, this is a lot of grief, a lot of loss, a lot of sorrow, a lot of regret possibly going on. But there's opportunities around. But if you're in a certain energy, how can you really see these things or go towards these things? So it's like, take as much time as you need, but sometimes we can feel like we're doing something that's good for ourselves, but in actuality it's really harming us more than it's helping us. Sometimes you can feel like, okay, well, the world says that this is the right way, so I'm going to go this way, when in actuality, you were meant to trust in your own authenticity and inner counsel and go the other way. You know, but to you, to them, it seems unconventional, wrong, etc. But that's the point of having your own free will, operating based on your own intuition and inner counsel. It's fine to expand your horizons, strengthen your knowledge, and do all of this and do all of that. You know, learn new things, not alienate yourself. Angel number 5 for this collective could be really significant. The angel numbers that are out is angel number 16. Combine that together, 6 plus 1 is 7. We also have the angel number 1 out here, 110. Could be significant. We have angel number 10. Angel number 1010 could be significant. Or 1011. We have angel number 6, angel number 4, angel number 2, and angel number 5 again. 5, some people categorize that as freedom, independence, change. Okay? In tarot itself, 5 is the number of all the bullshit happening, all the problems and not enough answers or solutions, right? That's in tarot specifically. But with the other energies that I mentioned, that's within numerology itself. I mean, you know, take how resonance for you. It could be all of the above. Now, 7, whether you do 6 plus 1 is 7 or 6 minus 1, which is 5, whatever floats your boat, okay? Or just keeping it as number 16, right? 1 and 6. 1 is new beginnings. 6 could be many things. Like I said, within tarot itself, before 5, well, after 5 there's 6, and 6, like I said, after all those problems and challenges and not enough answers comes the solutions and the answers to the questions and all that. So maybe this is the period that you guys are coming in after a storm. Maybe you could have weathered a storm. Damn, it's like some of y'all, you go through the toughest battles and you still come out like damn, it's like beast mode out here. Like, people gonna probably be asking you, damn, how you be bouncing back from shit? Like, when you look at with other people are so, they become to hell with the world, F everybody, da-da-da. Which a hindered heart space can really get in the way of a lot of things than people think. That can get in the way of your money, everything. You will look at me like, money? How my hindered heart space can get in the way of money? How can that get in the way of, I'm telling you. I'm a wise counsel. I speak off wisdom and experience. Now, I ain't saying all of our experience is going to be the same, but I mean, maybe that's what they mean by we all are similar than we think. You were not alone. Okay, what is the main overall energy and message here for this collective? Action, passion, fiery energy. Movement. Maybe action. While somebody is also in their head, leaving things behind, possibly not in the best space mentally or emotionally. There's stuff going on in their love life, things that they have yet to experience, things that they have experienced. When I talk about love life, I'm not just talking about your romantic counterparts. I'm talking about all relationships, platonic, romantic, friends, family, all that. Okay? New love here. New love is here. Whether this is a new way of loving you, loving others, whether this is pouring into self or having an abundant amount of love to give, maybe an emotional time. But usually with the ace, of course, and we're talking about the cup energy, water energy, emotions, love, relationship, that type of stuff, could be a new beginning within love. I'm seeing different new beginnings within earthly matters, prosperity, new beginnings within love, emotions. The main overall energy that was sticking out was the Knight of Wands. This is a person who is possibly a rebel, a daredevil is what I meant to say. Usually this is the passion card. Someone with a lot of passion, or someone on this mission of, they're on a mission. The Knight is usually the mission. And Wands energy is the fire energy, passion, ideas, even communication, but most definitely action and energy. So a mission of action, energy, passion. Somebody could be going after their passions. So it's like, just because things happen in your life don't mean this is the end all be all. Stop, give up, dwell in your negative emotions. Because a lot of you guys are sitting and dwelling in those things that did not work out. The relationships, you're still feeling a bit hurt from different things. But if you see these 2 cups still standing, just because these got knocked over don't mean that it's everything is done for. There's no more peace. There's no more happiness. I'm just gonna sit in the darkness and cry or do nothing, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, no, honey, little do you know, you got some energy within you from all this pain, unresolved emotions, whatever the case may be. Now this could be do the work, heal, reflect, process your emotions, acknowledge how far you've come, you know, sit with yourself, pour into yourself, love yourself. And this can also be, shoes, this tower moment was the fire that lit the match under your booty, under your booty, so we can get some things moving, shaking, etc. And maybe this is just what came about. These different things in one's life push them to, you know, different versions of themselves. These different versions of themselves is just leveling up. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take a 2-second break, so I'm gonna pause the live. All right, I mean, I probably don't have to necessarily pause the live, but we're just gonna do that anyway. So I'm gonna write in the chat. I really need some moderators, so I was gonna ask for a mod to write in the chat that the host will be back, but okay. The whole okay, you guys, the host will be back shortly. Give me 1 second. Hi you guys, I am back. So the channel song that I picked up on was by Megan Thee Stallion. I can't think of the name of the song, but it goes like this. Excuse my language. Bitch, I'm a star, I got these niggas wishing. He say he hungry to the kitchen. Yeah, that's my dog, he gonna sit back and listen. Call him a trick and he don't get offended. But she was like, don't get a holla. Bitch, I'm a star, I got these niggas wishing. He say he hungry to get. I used to, oh my gosh, I used to listen to Meg so much. She became like a favorite of mine when I was, you know, going to high school, I became a fan of Young Boy, Meg, them high school days. And for sure, still Meg a little bit after high school. Then I found out about King Bun. The music could be significant. Artists. This could be somebody that knows how to cook as well. This could be somebody who you can trust around your finances. They're very caring with finances, careful. This could be somebody who, I'm telling you, it's like they know currency or money or finances or just the riches and like wellness of it all. It could be a shaman. Whether it's an ancestor, a descendant, living or deceased. All right, now going back to this. Upheaval, destruction. Yes, I'm repeating all of it. I do that sometimes. Just so I can make sure I'm saying a message that makes sense to me and I'm not just pulling everything from thin air. Because sometimes that be what it seemed like. But that's why you got to trust yourself, because there really be intuition. You know, I just did a message that was saying, just like not being able to see the dead or know if your passed over loved one is sending you messages or connecting with you. Sometimes you may not be able to physically see something, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening or that it's not there. I literally was picking that up in a reading. That's why I like doing readings. You know, when I do it for the collective, I feel like I'm also able to get a message. I'm tapping in with the subconscious, just like I do when I'm journaling. I most definitely acknowledge that I be tapping in with the subconscious when I am journaling. So maybe being aware of that, now that it exists to me in my brain, maybe that's how I was able to see it in other areas, like when I do tarot or whatever. Because I could have sworn when I did tarot, I was just kind of like looking at it like fortune telling or reading the energy of the cards within like somebody's life or whatever. But I do realize, even though I've been doing tarot for years now, possibly since like 2021, it's like evolution within that as well. Because when I first learned about tarot, I've learned of it through other people. Originally, I thought it was voodoo, or whatever the case may be. You know, I mainly seen little psychic shops look all taboo-ish and, you know, things like that. Then, of course, eventually, when I was getting older and understanding religion and everything like that, because my mom grew up religious, of course, we also grew up religious. So eventually, I guess, because I don't know how I thought tarot was voodoo. That's the worldly projections, like how everybody know about Santa Claus, everybody know about psychics, and they all have these certain ways of like their viewpoints, and a lot of them did pretty much start off negative. They did, like even going back to like the witch trials, which was a real thing. That's why going back into the history would be really great. And this is how I take things. If somebody be like, get your head out the Bible and go read the history books, because I did see that post today, and instead of looking at it as if it's attacking you or telling you what to do or like saying whatever you believe is wrong, whatever the case may be, it's like take it how it resonates for you then, which would be, yeah, the Bible is one way to possibly pick up on some information. You know, trust your intuition. You know, some people say it's faulty or this and that. Other people say, nah, that's the real deal. Whatever the case may be. But then hold on. Lost my train of thought. This is why mental rest is needed. I'm gonna make sure I go on ChatGPT. What are some ways of mental rest? In terms of my brain literally needing a break. Memory recall. And, you know, associating with forgetfulness. I mean, I did read that it was temporary thing. With baby, this is given long term though. It's temporary. They say it's temporary, but it's very much long term. And speaking of timelines, the Fool. New beginning, fresh starts. After bouncing back from these tower moments, or possibly even being in your own way based on heartbreak though, you know, so I can see how that sound. But that's why I'm saying you gotta look at things from a higher perspective, which you can because you've ascended. Now there's this new start, new journey. And yesterday I put the cards in a certain way. The fire was first, the water was second, because usually the way that I originally learned. And saying that made me think of not only one thing but two things that I didn't really get to touch bases on, that I didn't continue to elaborate on because I went into talking about something else. So I thought it was just one thing, but at this point it could have been two or more. I most definitely do not like forgetting at all. And in this space and time, what I look at it like, I don't know, I'll do the balance though.
Treat yourself.
Being in the space to where I'm like, man, I don't like that, because that's how I feel. But also being in another space like, but it's not that big of a deal of a like to where it's going to interfere even more with my energy or this or that or whatever I'm trying to say, because I didn't forget my train of thought with exactly what I wanted to say. That could have been similar of what I was going to say, but I don't even fully know. It always don't sound like what I was going to say. And I like that I'm talking like this and about this, because this be happening in real time in my own individual life. Like it is now. Okay, but let's just confirm. Let's confirm. Look, I said I was going to use these to confirm. I ain't really for sure say I was, but I was like saying if I confirm, or when I confirm, I may use those, or I could. Okay, but like I was saying earlier, I will usually separate, well, not usually, yesterday I had separated the cards, but I was letting them flow today how they're naturally like coming out. This card came out first, okay, it's gonna be first. This card came out second, it's gonna be second. Yesterday I didn't do it like that. I matched them up by what I knew was in order, from the wands, the court cards, or the suits overall, and then the major arcanas from the minor arcana, like stuff like that. And then I had also put it in order by number within the major arcanas. So if the high priestess is number 2 and the empress is number 3, I'm going to put the high priestess first and then the empress, instead of, if the empress came out first, put the empress first. That's how I had pretty much did it yesterday. I wasn't really thinking too much about it. I was just called to do it in the, like, do a spread in that type of way. Or not like a spread, but a way of how I'm doing the reading, whatever. Today, it's just really like flow energy, I guess. Yesterday, today, lately, who knows. I haven't really been picking up my cards. Sometimes I'll probably pick them up and do a little spread for myself. Because I'd be like, I don't know, it's like once getting into cards, I just be like, I don't know. It's like I know, but I'm trying to see how to say it. I don't know, but I'm still connecting and growing with divination overall, for sure. Especially after learning it everyone else's way and then realizing there was a point in time where I actually could have learned it my way. Which a lot of these things I didn't learn until after I had already learned them the traditional way. And it's no problem, it just ties to you memorizing things. And the thing is with tarot, it's very broad, so it can have really, you can read these cards. Instead of just, a few, 1-2 basic key meanings to it. It's like you can go even more deeper and personal. People really be like, that was so accurate. But you can even do a really accurate message even with if like only 1 or 2 of the most basic meanings of each card. But I mean, when I be seeing people doing readings, and you gotta know, some people, they are, voodoo. Some of these people, they practice hoodoo. So everybody do things differently, or whatever the case may be. Some people, they just go the traditional way. Because I've seen somebody read a message where they literally involved and said, somebody, this is a twin flame situation, boom, boom, bam. And I'm like, even if I was to not believe in twin flames, because I had these different phases of where I have belief systems and then I question them. Like, that's just naturally what ended up happening, because I started experiencing cognitive dissonance. And then from there, even on top of knowing that we can be, projected on, and that practically when you come into the world, you have, parents and guardians, and influence, people overall can influence the next, especially when you're a child and you're learning things. That's why psychologists, they'll call it like the model figure. I'm still doing psychology, but I'm taking a break from school. I wouldn't say it's a break. I would just say I have to reapply, because I applied and then of course I went to school, but I wasn't going to a college that was zoned to me. I was going to a college that I thought it was zoned to me. I didn't know they do all that like they do when you in like, before you go to college. So you got grade school, middle school, high school. I mainly heard about being zoned to a school with them, and I'm glad that I thought of that, because now I'm like, okay, maybe the schools I went to, I was just zoned to those. And maybe if you're not zoned to a school, you'll probably have to pay out of pocket, especially if it's like public school. Or maybe you won't. Because, with private school, I think you got to pay regardless. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up, because I never really did. Okay, so we got a completion here. Closing cycles. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, somebody is stressed, burnt out. Life is like, different things are like up and down, but it's like they're maintaining. But in reality, like going underwater, seems like. But they're still level-headed, though. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy work. This is really a strong individual, but the thing is, you gotta check on your strong friends too. I feel like this person could have been betrayed by family or a lover. Could have been someone they were married to, or it just seemed like they were very happy and it was harmonious here. Or this could just be a situation where someone was hiding and avoiding. It really all depends. The Seven of Swords energy can be looked at as strategy rather than just lies and deception. But the card usually ties to the false mask card, whether like somebody's having on a false mask, like they could be hiding, avoiding, lying, being in this trickster or like trickery energy. Deception and cunning is also a part of this. So other words are also strategic, trying to get away with things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in a way like somebody is doing something. I don't know, child. Look, you'll know how to fit it towards your life. Okay, I be over here giving a reading and teaching it at the same time. Look, how my brain going right now. I gotta stay focused on one thing, Chad. Okay. So confirm the Tower, because these were, I'm supposed to be confirming these. We got the Five of Swords in the reverse. I really feel like this wasn't a Tower in like a negative way. Jonesy is given, maybe something happened out of the blue, something that possibly was destructive or caused destruction. This could have been a situation, but of course it could have involved people. Maybe this is somebody who was trying to come back in a peaceful manner. Maybe this was something out the blue. This, whatever the case may be. Tell me more about this Tower, Five of Swords, because this don't have to just be that one. Okay, we'll focus on the love then. This is tied to a relationship, a close bond. Maybe a Tower moment happened, and you know, maybe there was some type of aggression, bullying, stress. Oh, this is where all the stress coming from. This unexpected event that happened in this Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo's life, or these acts were done by a Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. That's how simple I gotta keep it. I be all multiple situation scenarios. I be over here talking for hours, so I'ma just have to be specific and like say exactly what I see, because I'm an intuitive person. I'm also, I'm a Gemini Mercury. My mind just be minding, so I'll be like deep thinking, like other stuff like that. So I'll be seeing like other things. I'll be want to call it out, but maybe I don't even gotta do all that. Maybe y'all still know what I'm saying. So unexpected event, situation, interaction, relationship. Maybe some things were said, were done, but maybe it's like instead of stabs in the back, somebody is trying to get flowers. Maybe somebody was stabbed in the back for sure, especially with that Seven of Swords. Betrayed. And with this Five of Swords reverse, confirming, you know, with the Tower, and then the Two of Cups coming out, confirming more of the energy. I know this was tied to like a bond, a relationship. This could have been a romantic situation. It does not have to be. Or maybe it's, you know, just apply how it fits. That Five of Swords energy in reverse usually talks about peaceful resolutions. So this could have been an opportunity of a peaceful resolution that maybe you, them, they did not see coming. Or maybe a situation that involved upheaval, destruction, chaos with this relationship, person, possible arguments in a stressful situation. There could have been some type of disputes, whatever the case may be. So the law or different stuff like that could have been involved, or discussions, sitting down, decisions, something, a meeting. But it's like, instead of Five of Swords, like defeat, it's more like somebody could be coming out of defeat, or somebody could be trying to change how they're coming off this time around. It's like somebody went from snake and now they're trying to be a friend. Or at least it's how now this could be genuine, or this could be a false mask. Maybe this was already experienced and this chapter is being closed out, or maybe this is one of many things being completed, closed out. Maybe something was achieved. Maybe this could be talking about separate situations overall, but I do know with the world here, it ties to completion, closing cycles, and a form of achievement. It can also tie to travel and many other things. Okay, whatever situation this is involving this person, lover, union, situation, whatever this is, something could have ended. A lesson could have been learned. Something could have been gained. Wisdom, money, experience. For some, maybe there was some type of deceit, trickery, whatever the case may be. Stress. but something is coming. These losses are really just lessons. Now you start anew with wisdom from the experience. Just because it happened to you before, especially when you were naive and gullible, does not mean it can happen again, especially because you're wiser now. So whatever relationship, contract, choice, idea, action, especially for a lot of you guys, the action, the going towards one's passions, the energy. Yeah, some of y'all move quick, or something is moving quick, or somebody was moving quick. Something happened quick. Somebody feel like they got the shorter end of the stick and something was always happening to a good person. This person's stressed, but they still made $1 from nothing. And have the skills of building more. Learned the skills, adapted the skills, coming into the skills, can come into the skills, encouraged to be in the skills. Now, whatever this was, I feel like somebody day-to-day is painful endings, but also some type of public recognition, as well as, apathy in this space of making decisions, deciding on if they should stay or go. It's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, let's see. Confirm the Ten of Swords. Three of Pentacles. This is a collaboration. This could have been financial. Within some time, it could have been time to confirm the Six of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. Yeah, in the public, it looked like all love, but behind closed doors. Confirm the Three of Pentacles. Look, Three of Cups, this is why you can't mix business and pleasure. You can do what you want, but I'm saying, in some cases, a lot of people, you can't mix business with pleasure. You trying to bring your personal life into your financial or business endeavors. Confirm the Four of Cups. Apathy. Queen of Wands in apathy. This is usually somebody passionate, determined, attractive, confident, self-assured, charismatic. In apathy. Some type of regret, disappointment. They probably don't even look and feel the same. But I did do a reading yesterday talking about how high priestesses love life, but them pouring back into themselves. So them glowing again. It's like coming back to life. Like different stuff like that. So, I mean, hey, maybe you are somebody who's bouncing back from a lot of things. There still may be different things going on. But maybe you're taking it a step at a time, a day at a time, a moment at a time, an experience at a time. I feel like you've learned major lessons. That's really what this energy is to me. As I read somebody's energy, I guess that's a very cool way on how I learned to read something. Because I'm picking up on little details. But altogether, what it's telling me is there was betrayal, but there was also victory. Internal and externally. And the thing is, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. True love, where you're not stabbed in the back, where you're not deceived, where somebody doesn't have ulterior motives. This is possibly something that most people never experience in their life. True soulmate, close bond, spiritual connection type union. Power couple, beautiful inside and out. Shoes alone, it's a 10 out of 10. Imagine when they together. This is that. So yeah, there was something unexpected in the past, in the present, or maybe in the near future. A tower moment could be happening, but I feel like it could be a good tower moment. You know, I guess it all depends on how you look at things, right? I feel like this is you've gained. Even if you don't see it right now, sometimes it just takes action to see who you've become. Acting on things. Now you know you're a person who can draw. Now you know you're a person who likes to laugh. Or now you know that you are just as beautiful as everybody's saying that you are. It's just really like the connecting, the seeing once. Seeing for once in one's life. The eyes was open, but, and I do mean seeing the beauty rather than third eye vision. We talking about the beauty. And this is not just like how people say physical attraction. No. This ain't that sexualizing ass shit. Look whole nose. Luck, intuition, something about $1,000, like minimum of $1,000. Expect minimum of $1,000, and maybe this already came. Ooh. So there's a new beginning. After all this other stuff, there is a new beginning. And I feel like somebody is going to be going after their passions. Rebuilding. Angel number 911 could be significant. A shaman or a, I can't recall what he labeled himself as, but he mentioned the angel number 911 is the energy of reconstruction. Jonesy. A fire sign could be significant. A young earth sign as well. Maybe a childlike energy or actual child. A child of someone, or literally youth under 18. A car could be significant. Somebody may be getting a new car, a new home, a new apartment, a raise, a promotion, a new job, new financial opportunity. Sometimes it can drop in your lap as a form of an idea, word to mouth, whatever the case may be. Or it can be something that as you go out on your own with your own spark of inspiration or new ideas or energy, and then you come across these things. You are the empress, or someone, whoever this message is for, or something that's wanting to be birthed, created. This energy could talk about pregnancy, the divine feminine, motherhood, nurturing, a business being birthed. And then behind that is the devil. Obsession, addiction, toxicity, and excess, codependency. Yeah, the empress could have gotten into some type of entanglement. And then look, behind that is the temperance. Beautiful.
Treat yourself to a taste of summer with
And then the 7 of Wands. Defending yourself, protecting, stand your ground. Yeah, because your justice is going to come in, being in that energy. It may hurt for a little bit, but that's because you can't see past your thoughts in your mind. But you being a goal-oriented, loyal, faithful, planning could just be significant, encouraged. Okay, an ambitious, diligent individual, or you may connect with these type of individuals. Someone who's literally on a mission. Money makers. And maybe some of y'all was connected with people who was a little bit too dangerous to be around. Immature, impulsive. Maybe y'all taking a break. Maybe you had to surrender, sacrifice, let go of some things to get what was truly destined, healthy, or a want for you. The past could be significant, childhood times. $14, $15, $15, $14. It's like somebody is going backwards, but the thing is, it's not in a bad way. So it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm starting all over. But you're not. You're starting over, but not from square one. But not. You have the wisdom now. You have the experience now. And the thing is, you don't always need the wisdom and the experience to do something or try something or feel more comfortable to, or be labeled as this and that. No. But what I had got from this energy, because it's leaving the devil energy. It's leaving the devil energy. And then when I think more about it, it could be a time to where this devil energy could come back up. But I wasn't thinking it at the time. I was just thinking it's leaving the devil energy. So when I sit with that, that confirms, okay, well, we ain't got to worry about it coming back. When I say it, I just mean the numbers. It says 15, 14, so that's decreasing because we know numbers is 15, 14, 13, 12, right? But since this is more of a balanced, peaceful, angelic energy versus, the devil, it's more literally devil energy, low vibrational energy. It's like leaving from out of that space. So it could be encouraged. Maybe this is something going on internally. Mastery. Learning. Experiencing. Gaining. Ooh, what's that? Monks, Buddhism. Something about that is significant. And then this is literally... Someone said course correcting. I'll have to do research on that. Oh, well, if you just listen, course correcting, possibly mean like getting back into alignment. Getting back on course. Getting back on track. Getting back on one's course, one's path. That could be significant. Something fixed one's vision. Okay, let's see. Confirm this full energies. Literally, I'm telling you, this is someone's justice. This new beginning. This is being able to start over fresh and anew with the wisdom, with the memory, with the experience. And you don't fully have to have your memory like me. I mean, it's there. But that's what I'm saying with the acknowledgement, the memory. Because you know how some people believe in reincarnation and how we don't remember. Like we remember everything up until the point we're birthed into the world. So that's what I meant by memory. Like, you still have your memory, you still have this, you still have that. Your yes, new beginning, but the thing is, there's opportunity here. An abundant amount, unlimited amount. I feel like it's just up to us to see those things. But remember, we talked about how if you're, having these negative emotions, dwelling, etc., how you're feeling all of these negative emotions rather than the inspiration that you literally do have, that's like embedded, like this energy, this spark, whatever this is, that's not something that could be blew out. Honestly, it's still there, and I feel like that's because it's a part of one's like spirit or some energy. Yeah, maybe someone feel like they lost themselves, but this is something to look at in a grand way. Like, I'm able to do this and start anew, and you know, create with now what I know and what I have. Because the thing is, you have a lot now based on the experience. Yeah, the Magician, we way past the Magician phase. That's card number 1, right? Even though it didn't come out, but the Fool is number 0, first card in the deck, and it can even be at the bottom. 0 is infinite potential, unlimited possibilities. That 3 and that 11 right here, y'all could be seeing 311. You could be seeing 4-digit angel numbers. Yeah, when some time ago, when I was looking at different people interpret tarot, because that's how I learned that it started off as playing cards. And dang, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, from this time. Oh, and now look, when we confirmed the Tower earlier, the 5 of Swords came out in the reverse. When we confirmed it again, guess what card came out? The 5 of Swords. Upright this time. Somebody could have been bamboozled. They could have thought they could trust the snake after it bit them the first time, and it didn't bit them again. Or this is just confirmation. When you see one's true colors, this doesn't mean that you have to look at everything in a negative connotation and victimize oneself and put yourself in more trauma, but to just look at things from like a higher perspective, you know, enlightenment, because it helps you as well. Thank you so much for the roses. They for sure updated TikTok to where if I get 18 coins, it's gonna be like 1 cent. They used to do it to where 1 coin, 1 cent. Somebody give you a rose, you got 1 cent. I remember I had sent my live gifts to my other page. It went from literally $18 earned. That's how it should have said. And then it said, Cardology. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure it has something to do with cards, maybe. No, yeah. But because sometimes I be like losing my train of thought. So going back to what I was saying, because I think you reminded me of what I was saying. It was just different people who studied tarot and how they picked up that originally it was, you know, playing cards, and it's like a story. That's what I was gonna say. It's a storyline, and it starts off with angel number 0, which is the Fool card. Usually, if you think of it in a real life scenario, you could think of it like a newborn baby, right? There's, with the number 0 as well, unlimited possibilities, infinite potential. Okay, new fresh starts, new beginnings is what this Fool energy talks about. It also gives you the images, you know, the querent. This is the querent and the Fool's journey, you know. This is a major arcana. These other cards are the minor arcanas. The ones that got the cups, the wands, the all that. So it's like on this Fool's journey. But I feel like somebody has possibly already, of course, especially at the ages you guys are at or with the experience or whatever the case may be, this is just closing out a cycle and coming into a new one. That's what I'm getting from this. It's not saying that y'all are still at that 0 years old phase. No, you're probably 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever, in your 20s, 30, whatever. But it's like, okay, closing out one chapter, entering a new one. Everybody started off in this, as a baby, pure, innocent, inexperienced. Not even, aware of the danger. This person is about to walk straight off a cliff. There's the dog here. As you're on this journey, a lot of you guys are being spiritually protected. That means you could be being watched over, supported, guided, but you also have your own free will. You make your own choices. This is just like a metaphor as well of walking into the unknown, taking a leap of faith. Taking a risk. I mean, it can also be, pay attention, because, there may be certain risks or whatever, but I feel like somebody experienced different things, maybe even a painful ending, multiple painful situations, possibly experienced an awakening, whatever this was. Okay, somebody's ego could have, ego deaths, death and rebirths, like all that different type of stuff. For short, ego death, period. But now I feel like somebody is on this brand new journey. So just like how you were before when you started off in the world without a care, no concern, and you was just moving, that energy, that flame is still within you. But I feel like after the experiences and the stress and still feeling burnt out, and whatever you picked up on from your experience of being here and the heartbreak and the love life experiences, your belief systems, whatever the case may be, right? But the thing is, it's just cause and effect. It's just karma. Just look at it that way. We're giving ourselves karma by what we do or don't do, right? Our karma is consequences of one's actions. You got into a relationship that in today's time you possibly would not get into because you could see the red flags from a mile away. But since at that time when you were inexperienced, naive, gullible, and you did not know, or your brain couldn't possibly even fathom the experience or create such distrust or caution to begin with, you may have walked right into what people would deem as a lion's den. In today's time, I probably wouldn't look at it that way, because it just caused more trauma and make me look at people as bad, evil, etc. Narcissistic, all that. There's ways that you can look at things. Psychologists have a way, spiritualists have a way, religion folk have a way. There's people, and you're your own individual as well. What is you? What speaks you? And I feel like you'll come into that as you journey upon in your life. I feel like that's just what life is, just an experience, Sometimes things happen that don't feel good, but the thing is, you become wiser at the end. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so you become even more strong. And a lot of things change internally. Maybe you did this life thing before. Maybe you didn't. Who knows? Who knows? Some of y'all, you may feel wholeheartedly at this moment in time, okay, cool. Others of y'all, sometimes you experience these different parts of self, different versions, different timelines. Timeline confusion, timeline of ego death. There's different names for these things, but we're all saying the same thing. Or we all kind of experience something to where we're like, okay, yeah, I resonate with that. So try not to take this too much to the heart, but still, your feelings are valid. If you're hurt, you're hurt. But try not to stay in this space too long. Try to give yourself enlightenment that You were inexperienced. You did not know any better. And that people, it's not happening to you before you. Nobody chose to assault you, hurt you, tear you down. Even if they probably did it more than once, or even if they probably was doing it in a selfish way, whatever case, because people have inner demons. Unresolved emotions as the next person, but yeah, we're all different. Yeah, sometimes you may not exceed to the level of a certain way that another is, and sometimes you never know, you may be able to. But when I became aware that even beings of divinity could still have narcissistic traits, lie, whatever the case may be, you can kind of have compassion for other people who possibly do those things or come off in that way. And when, of course, I started becoming aware of other things, other perspectives, looking at things, whatever the case may be, man, I lost my train of thought again. But yeah, let me confirm this Page of Pentacles. Confirm the Page of Pentacles. Ace of Swords sideways. Boys in the day. Sipping sideways. Sitting sideways. Okay, Houston, Texas could be significant. Now, confirming this Page of Pentacles, we got... I feel like somebody is distracted by their emotions, for sure. A relationship, their emotions, something. Because the thoughts are there. But maybe the thinking ain't thinking. The thoughts not thoughting. Oh my gosh. Why did I say it? Why? But that's what I get with this Ace of Swords sideways with this Ace of Cups behind here. Somebody could be bringing in something. Bringing home the bacon. Sometimes you just got to do things from the heart. Like, you can't really be thinking too much into, like, sometimes you got to do things from the heart. It makes sense. You're the Empress. Or maybe, you know, the planet Venus, you resonate with that energy of love. And then you got the Justice, the, you know, Earth, Libra energy. Temperance energy. Love the shadows. Confirm this Devil. Don't fight it. Ignite it. Okay, confirm this Devil energy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we deem things as bad when they ain't even the case. Sometimes we deem things as what we supposed to do when it's like, hey, use your own free will and do what you do, bro. It's your journey at the end of the day. You're gonna do what you do at the end of the day anyway. Might as well don't stress out about it. Or people please about it. Or whatever about it. That's what some of y'all kind of doing. Okay, I don't really. The Lovers on the back of the deck. Queen of Wands in apathy. Stressed. People from their past probably coming up, coming back, or something is shifting or happening. Upheaval, destruction, chaos, whatever the case may be. Somebody trying to come in, giving praise and congratulations with this love or pregnancy or offer or whatever. Growth, glow. Trying to come in instead of throwing knives like they was They want to come in and give flowers. Be mindful. Somebody deciding on if they want to be involved or not. Do I want to be involved with this toxic bullshit? I may got a little darkness to me, but it ain't nothing that's tying in with this type shit. Like, they didn't put an end to something or succeeded or passed some type of lesson. Confirm this 5 of Cups. 7 of Wands. This person could feel alone. Like they gotta have their own back. Like they gotta protect themselves. Maybe from this person, this connection, this relationship. Which is crazy. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Do not let the defeat. Do not let the defeat you. Okay. Something about cousins could be significant. So I seen this post again. Somebody, hey cousins, like somebody, family could be significant. But yeah, there's a lot of confusion or illusion, secrets, a path that may be filled with mystery. The subconscious mind could be significant. Confirm the moon. It's angel number 18. We got the 8 of Swords. Ooh. Somebody, paranoia could be significant. The mind is a dangerous place to be in for whoever this person is, because it's like everything is just not what it seems. But that's what I'm saying. Somebody could be in this feeling powerless, trapped, blinded, restricted, victimized, and helpless, just stuck. And it could be in their head, and it could be like due to this period of like illusion or unknown or being gaslit or something. Confirm this moon, 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords. This person need a mental break, mental vacation, relaxation and peace. That's why we was channeling this relaxing playlist. Y'all may want to check this out. I'm gonna say it again. It's on Spotify. It is called the Stress Relief Playlist. It's the Stress Relief Playlist. Because you may type in calming instrumental and it may give you some a little bit more upbeat and a little this and that. Now this right here is for sure calming and relaxing. It's just I gotta turn my volume way up to hear it right now where I'm at. I don't know if it's because of my system noise or what, but that's why when the ads come on, they all loud in my ear. Somebody could be all loud in somebody's ear. It's probably why they want to dip. Nah, but moving forward is significant. Okay, let's see. Confirm the 8 of Swords and the moon. Somebody, maybe get out of your head. Literally, physically, whatever. Even though it's mental, get out of your head. Like, that's the best way to explain it. Go do something physically. Maybe that'll, or ground your mind, ground yourself. Because the Ace of Pentacles came out and the 9 of Pentacles on the back. This could literally also be talking about finances or material possessions or something. People as well. Confirm the Temperance. The 9 of Wands coming out sideways. Somebody in that middle of persisting and wanting to give up. Or like I said, somebody has literally mastered something. Like when they go through things in life, they're literally going to be able to alchemize. Somebody then mastered alchemy. Or at least advanced and ascended within this aspect. Now, tell me more about this love situation. What's going on with this? Because this can even be something like this, new love. New love coming out the blue, etc. This could be something that's faded. This could be somebody who's like an authority figure, somebody logical, analytical. They may not be emotionally, they may be a head over heart person. This could be a twin flame. This could have already been, this could be somebody from who you already know and experience, okay? A Virgo, a Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius could be significant. This could be somebody who's determined, who still has love or a crush on you, wants a new beginning, possibly even moving independently or single, like maybe very friendly, don't have to be, very known. Fast action, stability, security, love, routine. Something always happens fast within your life, when y'all get together. Something is always happening quick. It's possibly why people run into a problem or a mistake right then and there. Maybe that's why this stuff keep going on, because I know I'm picking up on multiple things in different cases, but if we're talking about a relationship, it could be more than one relationship with different people. Maybe at one time somebody juggled, a person got juggled. Somebody could have experienced adultery in a marriage, or you know, just trouble in paradise with their partner, or someone else's partner, or whatever the case may be. And I feel like somebody has been closing out cycles, achieving certain things and coming into new beginnings and new starts. They may not be in the best energy. I feel like they're being encouraged to, you know, take breaks, a mental, you know, really, because they need peace. So if relationships or people or situations, scenarios, and this and that, and money problems, thinking about money problems, if all of this is like a stress, you're being encouraged to take that load off of self. Go out into nature more, ground yourself, try to remain out of your head the best way that you can. Because these things, this is how we become detrimental to ourselves. Tower. See how the more I'm picking up on more messages and more energy. And it's like you have this guard up when there's no reason to have it up. But how can you for sure know or not if that's the case? That's why your intuition is going to be very significant. You're experiencing some type of ego death, new beginning, painful ending, whatever the case may be. But I feel like there's opportunity to expand, to grow, to create, to come into new or better, or whatever the case may be, to laugh again, to enjoy life again, to celebrate, to connect, even after tough times, even during tough times, or whatever the case may be. You don't have to sit in apathy and guilt and sadness because of an experience or a situation that happened with a person. Your temple is really important. You have to take care of yourself. When your mind all out of whack, and then all this other stuff out of whack, you know. So I feel like your soul, your spirit, as a person is running on fume, their soul or spirit is picking up whatever it can. Because it's like somebody is literally physically drained, going through enough, running on E. Tank on E. So the angels itself, somebody who has ascended and mastered certain levels of things, is like, this is where this help is coming from. But to help self even more, because this is something that's really great, it's a great amount of something, it's like, hey, peace and tranquility is what matters most at this point in time. Some of you guys, you're encouraged, like the resilience is going to bring you to this temperance energy. You're almost close to, I'm telling you, it's something with this, or maybe even something within a lover situation. Harmony, balance. Maybe this could have been a situation that was harmony. Two situations, it was like harmonious, balance, and then there's another one that's like destructive, chaotic, low vibrational. This could be one relationship in these different energies from time to time, or it could be two separate relationships. One that is more on the low vibrational scale, and one that's in a more harmonious scale. Somebody could be in solitude, reflecting, or encouraged to do some introspection. Maybe this lover is reflecting. Somebody could be reflecting on how a situation went from the Lovers to the Two of Cups in reverse. Like, how did we get here? How did we get to the point of being so googly-eyed about each other and then just completely not like that? You know, where's the joy? Where's the passion? Where's the happiness? Where's the excitement? Where's the security, the stability? Where's the love? But we all can change that. We all can change that by doing our own individual work. We can come together even more stronger. Because it's like, when we still have these things to do individually, and we see things how we see them, and we bring karma to ourselves, a lot of different things can get in the way. And when you're this person who's made it way up into the clouds with this type of stuff, while everybody else is still in the matrix, or at least the people you come across, you can't think just because life is how it's looking for you, that don't mean that is the case. Sometimes the opportunities are literally dead smack in your face. Even when you're experiencing a heartbreak, even when you're experiencing success, it's like life just be, you got to take things with a grain of salt sometimes. Sometimes I know people make it seem like, oh, this is how life looks, and this is how, sometimes however it unfolds in your own reality. You know, trust yourself, trust your, I don't know why I thought of vision. Yeah, vision, what you see, whatever the case may be, what you know. Completion, self-reflection, solitude. Maybe somebody is doing some work. Somebody who could have been like, I'm seeing a person that he got something in his hands. So somebody who be like picking something up. Maybe they pick up other people's responsibilities and problems. Maybe they're quick to pick up a phone, a device, a beer, whatever the case may be. Like, maybe somebody could be in solitude reflecting, or whatever the case may be, whether it's healthy doing the work type of reflection, or whether it's just reminiscing or thinking about things, reflecting over, whatever the case may be. But confirm the Lovers. Got the star here, rejuvenation, hope, and healing of a twin flame connection or something of the sort. We got the Seven of Cups. Are you being delusional? Is that delusion? Or is this the impossible being possible? A wish being granted, a wish coming true. This is somebody with wishful thinking. This could be someone's own thoughts, or this could be literally something that's unfolding, happening, coming in, already here. Confirm the Lovers. Commitment, dedication, work, and effort. Somebody is dedicated, committed to obtaining a Lover's connection, or for a Lover's connection and union and partnership that they're in already, or whatever the case may be. Somebody could have hope, or maybe this situation is being healed. I know this star usually reminds me of spirituality and rejuvenation, and usually when I look at the Lovers on certain cards, there's like an angel behind them, kind of giving off this sense of there being Tell me more about this Lovers energy. Tell me more about this. Look, we got Eight of Cups. Somebody then, we got walking away. Somebody walking away from their lover, or got walked away from their lover. Somebody could be letting go of their lover, leaving behind a connection that felt really intense, spiritual, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe somebody is leaving things behind that does not serve them so that they can come into this Lovers union and connection. Whether they realize it or not, this is a door that's opening up for them. Confirm the Lovers. Three of Wands in reverse. Somebody is not moving forward. So you got one person walking away and the other one who's like, nah. And the thing is, it don't even have to be toxic. This person, like, somebody could be walking away, divorcing. They don't even have to be literally like married by court or church or whatever the case may be, wedding, whatever, priests, yeah. So it's like this person like, okay, I'm done with you, and this other person is like, I mean, you're my rib, like, you're literally my wife, even if we're not married, like, it's always going to be you. I see you, like, I have hope, or I'm going to be positive about this. Because it can be so many things. So I always be wanting to make sure I give out accurate, concise messages. I just be going with the flow, trusting in my intuition, picking up on what exists to me or whatever the case may be. Also trying to think outside the box, make sure I'm not projecting on people. So just at the end of the day, take what resonates for you, you guys. I see multiple things in these spreads. That's why we're still on this reading, picking up on even more different type of information. Usually I'm going more in depth about a situation, but this is giving me different situations, etc. Probably that's what I've been manifesting, because I most definitely was saying I'm a multiple situation scenario girly. But I mean, it don't have to be like that. Maybe my brain, since I said that, now it's hyperly aware of that, so it just seemed like that. Look, I don't even if you ask me, that's information that was already given out to the world. So is it even my truth? All right, King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Somebody is like being logical about what they're working on. Somebody is trying to get this Empress back. Somebody is trying to get this Empress back. They like, man, this is my justice. I fumbled my justice for being an ass. Or whatever the case may be. Yeah, not operating as a leader or someone to brag on or look up to or whatever the case may be. All right, look, this is how we're going to do. We're going to start this over because we got to get to the bottom. Okay, we on this lover situation. Let me just start it on over. I already got all things that I need. Let me just start it on a new spread here. New questions being asked. Oh, I may use some oracles. Yes. I'm going to use the oracles right now. The oracles that I made. Okay, we got the oracle of the day. I may use the oracle of the night. Sometimes the way I made it is that I was going to use these in the daytime and those in the nighttime. It will be the daytime, but I used those yesterday. But I'll probably use them again. I don't know. I don't have to do anything as a system, or I'm supposed to do it like this. I can be flexible, probably do both of them here. I don't know. I wanted to try some other oracles. These are ones that I did not make. I wouldn't say specifically this deck, but I may use that deck. Yeah, I may use that. I don't know. We will see. If you guys have any questions of advice that you are needed to be wanting or seeking to be answered, you can type them in the chat. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that as well, if you're wanting to get on the list is open. This video also will be uploaded to my YouTube. Okay, I'm like, where is my other deck? Hope you guys are doing amazing. I may go on another break really quick just so I can catch my breath. Sit on my bed and not this chair, honey. I need to put something behind my back and just be comfortable. Because it's like, at first I was comfortable, but then I just started channeling and, you know, High Chronicles on the first break. So, all right, yeah, the Two of Swords on the back of the deck. Somebody's in this space of stressful decisions, not wanting to make a decision, avoiding something, two paths to choose from. Okay, their intuition is there. Okay, let me see, where is my comment? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. All right, I am back. Excuse my absence. Now, sometimes we'll think a message is talking about other people towards us, right? But a lot of times it could be your energy towards people overall in your own life, right? Because when we talked about the moving forward energy, it's like somebody, the individual who don't want to move forward or can't move forward could be you, especially talking about the other things. So I'm going to focus on you. But if you feel called to apply it to other people, if you feel like it doesn't match you, maybe leave the message for somebody else or just apply it to how it fits. So we're starting over with a new spread, but I did say that I wanted to get some oracles out. It may confirm exactly what I said. Or that will be up for me to do. Miscarriage could be significant. Earth signs, fire signs, air signs. But water can be significant as well. Can you? Okay. I would like more messages regarding the reading that I am doing. More confirmations. Witty. Okay, Queen of Swords energy. Somebody could be heartbroken. Any more confirmations? Any more confirmations? This is why I wanted to use the other day, because some of the same cards are coming out. But I mean, that's fine. They can. It doesn't mean we're saying the exact same reading. I mean, okay, because we have peculiar here, which means odd or weird or something of the sort. So somebody could be, and then I just seen creep and conscious. Okay, so this could actually be like literally weird and not in a good way. Maybe something or a person was weird. Maybe something someone did or how someone felt. Especially because I'm looking at the color, it's blue, which I will look at as emotions, love, relationships, maybe a person who somebody, you know, loved, had love for, was connected to. It says need to heal from heartbreak. This is also coming out in the reverse. So somebody could need to heal from heartbreak, but also other things as well. Now, this don't have to be in reverse. We're just going to read these in upright. So need to heal from heartbreak. This can also be like intuitively, like I said, a person needing to, like maybe they have healed more than they thought they have when it came to being heartbroken or whatever the case may be. We also have Saturn and grandparents. Maybe strict grandparents could be significant. The planet Saturn is usually the planet of responsibility, discipline, and stuff like that. So I instantly hit just like, you know, so take it how it resonates, if it resonates. Now, Saturn coming out with grandparents, this don't even have to be physical 3D plane human grandparents. This could be even talking about things within the like astronomy or whatever the case may be, right? This is me thinking outside the box, or things that are just coming to mind. Now, Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn is the planet of wisdom, okay? Saturn also rules Aquarius and Scorpio. It can tie to focus, precision, hard work, resilience, ability to face challenges, structure, karma, life lessons, patience, limitations, restriction, nobility, ethics, civility, lofty goals, career, responsibility, and discipline, as well as serious nature, right? Maybe a person of serious nature, maybe a situation is giving serious, or whatever the case may be, okay? The age 29 or 59 is going to be significant. Now, as I said as well, grandparents, generations, different things like that when I think of grandparents, right? Even outside the box, it could be generations. up in age or elderly, ancestors. Now with you know, in the human plane, grandparents, 2 of them, if not just 1. Okay, we got this person cannot be trusted. And I was really shuffling and talking about grandparents at the same time, so maybe that could have some type of significance. It doesn't have to be. Okay, this came right after. This came right after that, bruh. So yeah, somebody for sure could have dated people who possibly were weird, or came across people who were weird, attracted to this witty energy, or maybe somebody was just witty. Maybe they didn't really take life too seriously. Maybe they ended up getting heartbroken and they're in this space of healing from heartbreak, or needing to heal from heartbreak. The planets that is significant is currently Saturn. Maybe somebody could be a grandparent, or grandparents could be significant. I'm seeing that someone cannot be trusted. This could be how somebody felt, or this could be confirmation that somebody can't be trusted. Somebody can also be this individual that avoids things. We got you are ready. With that action that we was talking about as well, you're ready. Look, there go water energy coming out. Water energy is tying to emotional depth and strong intuition. Water energy absorbs energy of environment. Gets along with water or earth energies, and also ties to emotion, intuition, and depth. It reflects profound capacity for emotional connection and empathy. Based on the zodiac signs of water energy, it would be Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Somebody could have a lot of air placements. Yeah, you are ready, especially for action, or there's spark, or there's a spark coming. There's a new beginning here. You're ready. Despite what happened in the past, what you're currently going through, you're ready. Because I'm basically seeing different things that you're working on, encouraged to work on, that you've experienced, that you're going through, whatever the case may be. So overall, the message that I came with, amongst other things that I've said, I had came up with that little sentence, which was beautiful. Because you see, we had this in-depth message, and then just to piece it with that, because we can get into the love life, we can get into the finances, we can get into all that, but I feel like, especially with me highlighting that aspect of the Fool's journey, like, I just feel like synchronicities, divine timing most definitely would be significant for this collective, as well as angel number 222. You could be encouraged to look it up, especially in spiritual aspects, if that resonates with you, if you just want to test it out. You know, life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. It takes things so serious all the time. Okay, it says the gods see or hear you. Ooh, child. Any more messages here for the collective? It says he is cheating. It's coming out in the reverse. There could have been some type of gossip going on. Now, I did say that I was going to take these in upright. Okay, so it says he is cheating. So remember, we got the 7 of Swords. And it was also talking about the 10 of Cups energy. Happy families, marriage. The thing is, it wasn't even in the reverse. So somebody could have been going through some type of deceit or hurt or pain before the relationship even became tragic. That possibly was the initiator of the tragedy of the relationship, because it was going well and it had potential. We got intellect, Libra. See, somebody like lawyers or authority figures or whatever the case may be could be significant. Libras are usually born on September 23rd through October 22nd. They're looked at as a visionary. Libra energy can also tie to balance, harmony, justice. I'm trying to see, what did I write right here? It looks like I wrote AESTHETE. Because I was like, aesthetic, athlete. But I'm sure, however I wrote this, I'm sure that's a word if that's how I wrote it, unless I can't really understand my handwriting. Or at least my old handwriting. But this says, also tied to Libra, a natural peacemaker, tries to bring balance to a situation, driven to create new strategies and bold ideas for success, but struggle to follow through. Dang, so usually, maybe this is even your energy, right? Driven to create new strategies and bold ideas for success, but struggle to follow through. Ooh, this most definitely could be significant for this collective as well, because I can literally see that being what the cards was also could suggest. And then we have intellect here, but the Libra energy also ties to communicator, dramatic, inspires to seek peace or cooperation. Libra is so, this is why it's of the justice energy. Like, it's so like literally think of fairness when I think of Libra energy. Now, I've met a Libra, or I'm a Libra moon. I mean, not a Libra moon. I'm a Libra rising. So I love the energy of Libra, of course. But I've met someone who is a Libra, and they don't really operate in this space unless I haven't seen them in this space. Maybe they operate like this towards other people. I think I'm sure I came across more than one Libra, but I can only think of that one Libra. Okay, we have karaoke. It's coming out sideways. Some of you guys could be starting to sing more, or you are kind of backing away from your gift or your liking or passion. Okay, we got straight coming out. Straight kind of wanted to come out a little cricket out. Right? That's somebody's sexual orientation, though. Somebody could be straight, homosexual. Libra and intellect came out. So maybe gaining some type of logic based on, which is creating now somebody operating in the space of fairness. It can go either way. You can read it like intellect Libra or Libra intellect. And with Libra intellect and even maybe the other one, I can get multiple things within those topics for sure. So that's why we want to keep it so like as simple as possible, because I be on here for hours. We got conscious or aware. Differences. I am tired of this. We got lack of commitment. It's coming out in reverse. Yeah, somebody could have tried, but now they ain't really as committed anymore. Or it could be in a different way from what I said as well. Y'all can determine that way for yourselves. We got personal time here with period or menstrual cycle. Maybe somebody been feeling a bit crabby, needs some personal time, or maybe, you know, personal time, self-care, even things that are not even just what you would call self-care, but simply just required. It's like, take the personal time, like personal time out for your health, personal time out for your, even if that's taking time to do things. If it's going to take you 5 minutes to brush your teeth, then take 5 minutes to brush your teeth. If it's going to take, you know, this and that, like, you know, spend more time, required time, because this is personal time. And your period or menstrual cycle could just be significant. All right, it says you need a personal reading. Mind you, you don't need anything in this world, of course, but you most definitely could use a personal reading. Maybe consider it. Give yourself one, purchase one, receive one, whatever the case may be. All right, the 3D plane is going to most definitely be significant. Somebody is conscious or aware on this 3D plane. Somebody's ready. Somebody's ready. Straight shot. Somebody ready. We got gangster here. Right after I got done seeing it, just take a leap of faith. I feel like somebody's encouraged to take a leap of faith. We got creep, dumbfounded, Ariel. Yeah, I feel like the people are, you're becoming aware of the energies that exist in the world. The people who you can't trust, you know, the knowing that you can get your heart broken in life or whatever the case may be, you know, just lessons and experiences. A pale pink or pink overall could be significant. The female counterpart of Archangel Michael is significant. Angel Ariel. Somebody could be manifesting abundance. That's why all the things that are irrelevant and everything else, they got to get out the way. Not irrelevant as if it don't matter in a way like if you've experienced it and now it's irrelevant, but more so like learn the lesson, let's move forward. More like that. Some of y'all made people very amazed or greatly astonished, very surprised, very impressed. Somebody's literally in this dumbfounded energy, and that's the definition of dumbfounded. And then irrelevant, and it's on the back. Maybe somebody felt like something was irrelevant, someone was irrelevant, or something was irrelevant, because, especially because of a health scare. Yeah, a lot of things are going to be irrelevant, you guys. Just look at it as irrelevant. Because when your health is involved, I understand this person cheated. I understand your family did this and that. And I understand this and I understand that. But the thing is, beyond all of that is a higher perspective. So it's like, in this sense, all this is doing on a 3D plane is helping you interfere with your own blessings and your own journey, like experiencing your life and living. And hindering your health at that. Some of y'all, you possibly already had got a health scare. We got, I don't F with you. Somebody could have got into their emotions for sure and became like people who like care about what other people think. Like, you care if this person don't mess with you or not. Maybe it's not in a shallow way. It could be in a deep way or not. Okay. We got alchemy. Look, confirmation, alchemize. Somebody could have said that they don't fuck with somebody. Like, I don't fuck with you. Or maybe somebody had, this was like a rumor or something. This was being said. Alright, it came out with the water sign energy. And water signs is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. These two cards also came out in the reverse. But you don't have to take them in the reverse. If you want to, you can. So this could be the sister sign or a very opposite sign of the water signs. Blood not thicker than water. Ooh. So family and friends or something like that could be significant. Blood related or not. Something about blood related or not. But just transmute all that, whatever it is. Like, oh, okay, that's why I said that. Blood related or not. It's not to be more into some business. It's really just to say transmute it. Blood related or not, transmute it. You see what I mean? This is what I mean by interpreting things on different levels. That's what we had talked about earlier. See, these lives be long for a reason, honey. I'm trying to tell you. Somebody's name could be Kiana, or could have those letters. First name could start with a K, or something could have that initial. October. The suburbs. This could be literally, metaphorically, physically. Ooh, it says this person has an STD. We got awkward and spiritual teacher. Maybe this person could have been awkward, or maybe spiritual teacher, or a spiritual teacher contacted an STD. And now they're like very like aware, like they have this health scare or something. Something could have negatively impacted a person. It's like so much stuff going on with this person. So sad. When you start looking at a perspective, you can look at them in many ways, right? If you look at the perspective of we doing it to ourselves, and it's not blaming self, because at the end of the day, if we knew better, we do better, right? So it's kind of like a win-win, how you can go through something and heal from it, like without it being a problem, because you can understand something in a higher way that doesn't seem delusional but actually reflects what could be a truth, you know. Childhood places are significant. It's coming out with conjunction. Okay, conjunction means the action or instance of two or more events or things occurring at the same point in time or space. Remember, I was talking about as above, so below. I don't know if that was in this collective or the other one. Oh, we got childhood places in the realms, out the realms. This could be literally astral world dreams. Ooh, dreams in the 3D, or just the astral. Just take it how it resonates, but it came out with childhood places. That could be literal. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, I feel like a physical place, physical childhood places. And then we got conjunction out here. This is literally giving some... Confirm this conjunction in childhood places. Like, I keep, like, forgetting. Like, I can just confirm it. Like, we got creative coming out with 333. Oop, my phone on 1%. Need to go charge it. Okay. Get my dog. She makes sure she always put her head behind my chair. Get up, girl. You want me to run over your head or something? Excuse me. Thank you, beautiful. Now you'll see how people be like, oh, she didn't charge her phone. She ain't getting no, that ain't important. She ain't got no motion. She da. And then it's like this other instance where you instantly hop on it. And it's like whole time, get yourself karma, because guess what? To you, what does it mean to you that you don't need your phone? You're responsible enough to know I have a meeting. I need to keep my phone charged. Da. Look, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I know what I'm saying, but y'all probably don't know what I'm saying. Jonesy, inside. I gotta tell her, because every time she's on the floor, she gets to just scratching the fur off her freaking skin. So I'm like, I need to put some stuff down on this floor. But she do way better in her little girl, inside. She just stare at it, be like, I took that thing out of there so she could be more comfy. Now I'll probably have to wash them all over again. Okay, so 333 ties to express yourself, start a journal, Get creative and find ways to release your feelings in an imaginative way through art or practical outputs. I was literally picking up on that. Love that. Okay. Love that I picked up on that. Now it says travel more, see the world. Wow. Now this is coming out in the reverse. Creative, and this is coming out in the reverse. So I guess that's why I was kind of like, do I want to take these in reverse? Like these oracle cards, or do I want to take them in upright? But some of these, most definitely, you can instantly see how something most definitely can be read in the reverse. Like somebody obviously not in a creative space, or not operating, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's being hindered. And then of course with the 333 here, so I feel like this is literally an advice that is also giving you, if you want to be more in this energy, operate in the 333 energy. You know, express yourself, start a journal, get creative, and find ways to release your feelings in an imaginative way through art or practical outputs. Travel more, see the world, different things like that. I told you that's where I was getting that action energy from. It doesn't have to be work to gain income. Yes, you can focus on building a coin and stacking this and stacking that, but that's not what all life is about. That was created by other human beings. The currency you can play in the matrix whenever you feel like it, but it's like, and it don't really have to be called donations, but in certain aspects it can be. So it's like, what you're really ready for is to come home to you, who you are, love you fully, know you, discover you, yeah, discover things outside of you, whatever the case may be, because it's all, I'm telling you. Look, it says explore with the 333. It also ties to explore new horizons in career by overtly creative and communicative. Build a network. Maybe I'm not understanding my handwriting because that don't really make sense. It says overtly. By overtly creative or creating and communicating. I don't even know, but in love, it ties to find joy and fun with others, communicate, get creative with ways to have a great time together. Yes, just really live your life, really. Don't let, the pain and the ups and downs of life take away your passion. Don't let the hindered heart space get in the way of your better feeling emotions, because it's not a good feeling to feel depressed and stressed out, right? I prefer to feel happy than anger, joy, than depression. Like, I felt those feelings before. Cool, okay. Even felt numb before. And it's like, okay, I prefer to be at peace. Yeah, I prefer to be in relationships where my nervous system can actually flow. Yeah, I can understand how people, they may not mean to hurt me, but that doesn't mean that I have to let the snake bite me twice. Or it's just really the fool's journey. Learning lessons, closing out chapters, coming into new ones. Growth, evolution, a journey. The night is always young, but it's like you also can be in this space of missed opportunities. Y'all have missed opportunities in the past. Be mindful of missing out on them in the present, and that could look like anything for you. For one person, that could look like a financial opportunity, but I'm not really specifically focusing in on that. It's opportunities of feeling happy, etc. Because you never know, when you make it to like 80, 90, 100, then you realize, the rebirth is coming, or whatever the case may be, whatever it is. Some people have regrets that they didn't laugh more, connect more. I'm not saying there's going to be you, or that, even people who can experience that, it dreads them and they live in regret with that. No. But for some reason, it could be significant for the collective. I don't know. Take what resonates. So be creative. Okay? Create things, experience, build things, and let it fall, and try to pick it up, and it falls again. Try something new, learn something new, right? Live, love, laugh, love. Your heart's broken. Bring forth enlightenment. Apply the wisdom. Obtain the wisdom. Live. Because these things will still happen whether you're in the best energy or not. If life is going to be spontaneous or, action oriented or driven, or sometimes falling into your lap, or opportunities here, opportunities there, magical moments, rational moments, whatever the case may be, it's just like different experience, different things, different whatever. The main thing you can make sure that you do is be ready. And when I say be ready, I mean aware. Creative. Indulging in your passions or the sparks of inspiration or the new ideas or whatever the case may be, just like you have done as a kid in your youth. So outspoken, so driven. You may not have known heartbreak and, creeps or this and that may have existed, but now you do. And the thing is, you can, with knowing that these things now exist, this may have led to fear and being cautious and, not taking leaps of faith, alienating oneself. But the thing is, you're only holding yourself back from an experience. Like, there's a lot of great things meant to happen. But it's possibly going to take a lot of stepping out of one's comfort zone. That means, dominating the fear, everything else, step by step. Work your way through things. Love yourself through things. You don't have to force yourself. It's not a race, it's not a competition. Whenever you get to the finish line, whatever that looks like for you, means for you in your own reality, that's just what it is. Advice that I could give in the world with trying not to project on anyone is to feel all your emotions. Your feelings are valid, and then try working on, at the end, for the conclusion, to not blame self and to not blame the other. And I feel like that comes from a level of forgiveness, healing, shifted perspective, maybe even practice for some, right? Mind you, at the end of the day, you're the main character of your story, so this could be unsolicited advice if you would like. But ancient number 333, I know I had called out the 222. The 222 is intuitive. The 333 is coming out in the spread. So these numbers most definitely could be significant. Somebody could be creative, but their spark of creativity is hindered, or something is going on with their passion or their inspiration or something of that sort. And I feel like that's because of all the negative emotions that one is sitting in. They have to balance out the heart and the mind, and also create peace and healing and a safe space that can be going out into nature, that could be journaling, that could be creating in the world, experiencing, talking to new people, healthier people. Because this new beginning, this is one's justice. One has came a long way. And I guess it's like depending on how everything looks to someone else. Jonesy, inside. inside girl. She most definitely cannot be in this corner. And that's her favorite spot. Love to go sit up under me, go in that corner. And it's pretty small right here, so she's pretty much, whenever she go under here, at her corner. Confirmation, someone is cheating, or there is infidelity. Or maybe this was what someone has experienced. Maybe this is what somebody is telling themselves in their mind. It could be many things for many people, different things for different people. Only take what resonates for you if it resonates for you. Somebody could have experienced, will experience, or have experienced a health scare. Somebody could be awkward or met awkward people, possibly met people who were creeps. Maybe just became consciously or just aware of certain things. Going from, like, relationships going from very connected and close and loving to separated and, you know, love and hate, or passive aggressive and, you know, heartbreaking, or whatever the case may be. Childhood places could be significant. Somebody could identify as straight. Confirmation, you are ready, even if it doesn't feel like it or seem like it, even if you may feel drained. Okay, somebody could be witty. The planet Saturn most definitely could be very significant. Maybe in your birth chart, see where Saturn falls in, and maybe get some more insight on that. Or just the planet Saturn could most definitely as well be significant. Yeah, third house Saturn or something like that could be significant. Someone's grandparents could be significant, or maybe they are a grandparent. Okay, someone could be a Libra, a Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo, Aries, Leo, and or Sag. I did see some water energy out here as well, so just take it how it resonates. Okay, somebody could be very much tired of something. They could be in this lack of committed energy. Somebody could be a gangster. Okay, literally. A spiritual teacher. Somebody could have an STD. Somebody's period or menstrual cycle is significant. The intellect is significant, or somebody could be an intellectual. Differences, there could be some differences going on. It's reminding me of the 5 of Wands. Somebody could sing, or karaoke could be significant. Someone needs to heal from heartbreak, or they're actively healing from heartbreak, or there's other things being healed besides heartbreak. We got 333, and creative had came out in the reverse. We already talked about what this 333 is talking about. Okay, but once again, express yourself, start a journal, get creative, and find ways to release your feelings in an imaginative way through art or practical outputs. I feel like this is you just being in your authenticity, spontaneous, or doing whatever you feel called to do, even in diving into your imagination, something authentic. And, you know, through art or practical outputs or whatever the case may be, this is also an encouragement of traveling more. You know, see the world. It doesn't have to instantly be out the country. It can be more of the area that's around you, or a little expansion of that, or a lot of expansion of that. Out the country could still be significant, especially if you got your passport, which you ain't know. Okay. We got peculiar. Something could be peculiar, weird, feel weird, or whatever the case may be. We got conjunction out here. Okay, it's giving as above, so below. Something that's occurring at the same point in time or space, right? The suburbs could be significant. You could live somewhere that's like the suburbs, something that seems peaceful or something like that. Or maybe, you know, turn your inner world into this energy. Or maybe you're going to be moving. Maybe someone lived or grew up in the suburbs. Take it how it fits. The energy that I have been calling out could be yours alone, or it can also include other people. Take it how it resonates. Okay, there's the water energy we talked about earlier, which talks about emotional depth and strong intuition. Absorbs energy of environment. throat chakra could be very significant. Okay, gets along with water or earth energies. This energy also ties to emotion, intuition, and depth. Okay, reflects profound capacity for emotional connection and empathy. All right, we also got personal time here. Somebody could be taking personal time for self, or it could be encouraged. Okay, this is required. We got dumbfounded here. Somebody could be amazed or greatly astonished, surprised, impressed, or will be. Okay, it says this person cannot be trusted, whether that's confirming things of the past, present, or future, or whether this is how somebody personally feels, especially based on trauma or experience. So it really all depends. Somebody can also be heartbroken. So narrowing it down to one situation itself, or a few of many, or whatever the case may be, applies how it fits. Something happened out of the blue that possibly did not feel too well, but as you know, what's built on faulty foundation has to come tumbling down. Okay, I feel like balance is just restoring itself. Sometimes we can give ourselves karma. Sometimes we can look at things in a way that traumatizes us even more. So that's why I'm delivering a message as such. But I am not here to project on you. I have your best interest at heart at all times. Okay. Somebody could have experienced something in a marriage or a union, a love partnership, whether it was platonic or romantic, heavy on the romantic. But of course, all of the above. There could have been some type of conflict and, different things going on, disagreements, fights, arguments, and stuff like that in this connection, within this union, with this person or people, or whatever the case may be. But as we had talked about before, sometimes they say life be lifing, but it can also be based on how you look at things. And I feel like it's really important to take that into account, because little do you know, being in these spaces is actually causing you to miss out on more opportunities than you realize, or than you tell yourself. We got the North Node here. So sometimes messages are not just all about telling you what you need to do, what haven't been done, this, and that. A lot of times, there's also an abundant amount of energy to where somebody is ascending. They are learning lessons. There has been achievements and different stuff like that. So don't ever, forget about that. We got the North Node energy coming out here. It ties to high vibration. Okay, this is being in this energy, you attract good things to you. This energy ties to love, joy, self-respect, inner peace, healthy boundaries, positive, okay, spiritual alignment, clarity, light, peace, strength, positive frequency, a calm, grounded, clear-headed individual. Okay, it also ties to protected. Okay, you could be protected. This is somebody who is connected to spirit, somebody who operates in the space of being grateful. Okay, this could be a person, it could be an energy, it could be a time, like shifting from South Node to North Node, or whatever the case may be. Okay, there go the Queen of Pentacles coming out again. We got our rich girl coming out here. Somebody prosperous, disciplined, especially when it comes to money or business. We got the rich guy on the back of the deck. So a rich couple most definitely could be significant, especially rich financially, or at least being able to reach these heights. But I feel like they are in this space. Somebody got pentacles stacked. They look good, they look rich. This can also be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, and or Virgo. I'm seeing male or woman here, both male or woman. Somebody could be preoccupied with financial matters. This could be a couple. This could be something that has yet to happen. This could be somebody that you got blocked. Okay, let's see. Any more messages here for the collective regarding the reading that I did? So I do know that a mature man is significant. Priestess and then commitment. This literally gives marriage. Literally gives marriage. But it can be whatever you feel in your own life that it is. Okay, trust your intuition. Something about a father figure, an emperor energy, an older man, and something about commitment. Okay, I don't know why this feels like mystery and something not right about it. Maybe somebody experienced an awakening on this situation. Tell me more. Somebody could have walked away from someone and got into a commitment with someone else. Okay, confirm this mature man, priestess, commitment energy. Somebody could be, somebody could have been, probably could have thought their life was rising. You know, probably thought they was meeting their soulmate and everything else. And it's like, hold on, false. False. An older man is significant. High priestess energy coming out with this. Thief, voodoo out here. Angel number 12. A young, wait, okay. We got endings, conclusions. Something could have ended, or maybe something is just about like endings are significant. Tell me more about this message. Tell me more about this message. I feel like, yeah, animosity. Somebody is unbothered. People have animosity, and this other individual is like unbothered. Or maybe they were once angry and now they're like unbothered. Maybe because of higher level awareness or something. Any more messages about this Queen of Pentacles? What is going on with this Queen of Pentacles? We got ritual and surprise. What is going on with this Queen of Pentacles? Oh yeah, birthday, Taurus. That's what I thought of when I seen surprise and ritual, a birthday. We got achievement here. Celebrate your accomplishments, your birthday, whatever the case may be. Queen, king, divine feminine. Nurture yourself, self-care. This Queen of Pentacles is achieving things, will achieve things, has achieved things. There's some endings here. End of the roads. But there's a nice guy. There's a nice guy coming in. Somebody generous, emotionally balanced. Okay, people gonna be mad at this. They come in with a love offer. You ended one situation, or there were endings happening in your life, and now new beginnings are happening. I'm not sure when this new beginning is gonna happen. Some of y'all could be in the next 5 to 6 months. Others of y'all, it can be in the next like year plus or something. Maybe even next 2-3 years plus. Like, I don't, it really all depends on one's path journeys, who they are. Somebody could be an earth angel. What else with this angry person? What's going on? Yeah, angry person over here causing a tower moment. Or is a tower moment. This person is here is unbothered. They could have literally been destroying things, throwing out things. This is family, or family is just significant. Tell me more about this. We got love and family coming out. We got soulmates. Somebody is attracting a person that's ideally suited for each other. Literally. Yes, all the other things are getting blocked out, and I feel like that's because this person had to learn things to where they don't give access, whether it's towards family or whoever. Look, this sweetheart, this Queen of Cups, this Queen of Pentacles, this is a queen that is all the suits, the fire, the air. So this all together makes up the 4 queens. I learned makes up the Empress. So we're going back to that Empress energy. This sweet, nurturing, compassionate, business savvy, beautiful inside and out, discerning, intelligent, divine feminine, etc. individual. Mastering things, learning self, or coming into self, whatever the case may be. Living, learning, went through betrayal, abuse, made it out, and is now attracting a fresh start and new beginning, filled with learned lessons, wisdom, new energy of self and others. Building a new life, being able to build a new life, even after destruction. But that's the thing, after a storm comes a beautiful sun and clouds and the birds in the sky and the ocean wave. All the debris and the fallen trees may be on the ground, but I know y'all, when y'all see like a tornado, not a tornado, like a hurricane or a thunderstorm, whatever the case may be, it happen, and then everything, like, it'd be like leaves or whatever on the floor, on the ground, and debris and all this other stuff. But then it's like, so it's no longer stormy and dark and this and that. I just feel like somebody went from, they're just in this North Node energy, or they're, yeah. North Node is out here. We got false documents or false info or false statements or false agreement. Somebody like, I ain't agree to this. Somebody left before anything got worse. They were being protected and they were protecting themselves, possibly learning how to. That's how they became the Queen of Swords. Trials, tribulation brought them into this astute energy. Look, a community of people could be significant, or a group of people sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals could be significant in the past, present, or future. Any more messages here? We got the priest coming out. I'm telling you, a priest, a pastor, whatever, is significant. The high priest is usually encourages one to trust in their intuition. So maybe before somebody became in their high priestess energy, they were still, not as woke, etc. That's what I'm saying. It's just really life. Went through things, possibly with multiple people. That includes family, lovers, etc. Whatever the case may be, even strangers. Maybe they're somebody experiencing some type of inner conflict, ego death, death and rebirth, painful endings or endings overall, and there's a new beginning here. Please do not let the things that did not work out and the negative emotions or things that don't feel good or that didn't feel good interfere with this new beginning that one is on. Because even though with you and how your emotions are, it could still be an active hurricane going on, but in actual reality, it's a beautiful sunny sky and none of that is going on. It's like a veil between all that chaos versus all, so I feel like it's about you coming out of something and how you move forward in that aspect. Are you going to remain in fear, lack of hope, etc., just because this has happened in a relationship you were in, or you experienced this when you were like young, and then all this, whatever the case may be? Because at the time when you did not know these things could happen or exist, you were more filled with life and inspiration and action and this and that, which all of those things are still tied to you. That's literally who you are, who you always were. Feel like there's a lot going on mentally, and somebody still is battling things emotionally, still heartbroken or whatever the case may be. The best thing you can do is pour into yourself and let yourself be poured into as well, And I'm not saying by anybody who wants to pour into you, because these got to be people who are not going to disrupt your nervous system again, etc. And I'm sure this is something that you know. This is not something I'm telling you. This is something that obviously 1 + 1 = that 2, but it ain't matching. Something's off here. Look, stealing your joy, your money, your time, your energy, your resources. That's how it's starting to feel. And that's when things start getting crazy and messy and filled with illusion, all this other stuff. So, but what I can say is real love is here. Somebody is walking their way into a life of an abundant person. Is walking their way into a life that's naturally abundant, but able to receive these blessings, or at least being encouraged to be open enough, you know, not blocked off to where you're denying access. And the thing is, you know what's best for you and what's not. I'm not saying give people a chance who already showed you why you shouldn't give them, why you don't want to give them another chance. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when fear is taking over, paranoia, alienation, all this stuff, that's going to interfere with a lot of your moves, your plans, your dreams, your goals, your passions, even new things that you want to try, stepping out of your comfort zone. So that hinders pretty much a lot of things, and that can affect your finances. Because I know some of you guys, when it comes to this 3D plane and you start operating in it, you are not meant to live a life that's not of luxury. And I'm not saying you gotta have the finest this and finest that everybody feels like is the finest, because do know your wealth and richness is not just tied to a currency that was made on this 3D plane. That's what I call the matrix. I don't call Earth itself the matrix. Maybe some people will. Maybe some people feel like everybody who on Earth got lessons to learn, this isn't that. Heck, everybody different. 4:33 on the clock. All right, let's see. What is the main overall message here for this collective? What is the main overall message? The main overall message is manifestation, calling in something, being open and able to receive and call it in, attract this. Okay, it says using resources to bring in desires into fruition. Using resources to bring in desires into fruition. Using resources to bring desires into fruition. What is it that you desire? Manifest. And I do mean something that's like your heart's truest desires. So I don't mean something as small as, oh, for my package to come in the mail, or whatever the case may be, or I want to get married, but something that's like, I feel seen, valued, heard, and understood, most, just to get to the bottom of it, loved, valued. That's deep. That ain't just, oh, marriage and, you know, a dog too. It's something that's like deep in someone's heart, that's possibly interchangeable. Unlocking something truly. So the main overall is manifestation. If your energy ain't right, if your mind ain't right, I see why the manifestation ain't manifestationing. But that don't mean that it's impossible and that you don't have the power, skill, whatever people will associate it with. It's naturally there, you know what I'm saying? I look at this as enlightenment, or, well, when you look at the Magician card, which can also tie to manifestation, it has something on the head. Now I can't even think of it. How the dang Magician card looks, y'all. But anyways, this is a pink background as well. Yo, we just got done talking about Angel Ariel, the counterpart of Archangel Michael, how her color is the pale pink. Now, I didn't look up what's pale pink and click images, right? But I just literally feel like confirmation, this is that energy showing up. I don't know if I subconsciously asked myself for that to be presented, because I kind of had wanted it, like wanted to see like the pale pink. And look, as we talking about manifestation, that's literally a figure of manifestation. We literally just be manifesting without even trying. I be telling people the things y'all purposely do, you naturally doing. Like Ain't no need to catch up in your own life. You in alignment, right on time. That's why things are called divine timing, possibly. At least in my perspective. Perspective as of now. Look, valid, accurate. Ooh. Literally. And when you can trust yourself, that's the most amazing thing ever. That's the most amazing thing ever. Okay? The Hierophant is out here. Contracts. Spiritual or religious leaders. Literally. Literally. But yeah, there's a lot going on. But that's pretty much the message that I gathered from all of this. Like, it's so much stuff, so much wrongdoing, injustice, and everything else that has happened. But I feel like this new beginning, there's a lot of justice that's going to be within this. But I feel like you're going to be able to get in the way of that if you're angry, depressed, stressed. Now, I mean, you even in these spaces and energies, you can rise above that and still be in this abundant energy and attract these things. But sometimes it's just a bit more difficult and more difficult. All right? So try to bring yourself enlightenment, peace, groundedness. Like, keep your energy on this high vibrational space, because this is how you attract all of these great things. You know, it's not that you won't be able to attract it in a certain, it's just that it's harder. If you're in a negative mindset, if you don't feel like something can come to you, that's what I'm saying by, which is going to be harder to attract, you know, like that. It's not talking about your skill or your level or whatever the case may be. It's just the not being able to really call this in, being blocked off from it. And not even, and sometimes it's not even on purpose. I understand it's not a switch that you can flip on and off to be out of these energies, but there is steps that can be taken. Just make sure you do step 1, because when we try to do step 3 and we didn't do step 1 or 2, now we got to meet ourselves back at step 1. Groundwork. Make sure you do the groundwork first, then you work your way up. That's how we prevent ourselves from creating the faulty foundations to where we have to go back anyway. But even if you do have to go back, that's totally fine. I said dust yourself off and try again. Look, period. Ice Queen, Queen of Swords. That's literally what it just gave. Your spiritual team said mic drop. Maybe it was my spiritual team. Hell, now I'm getting back connected with my spiritual team for sure, because I've been just on this cognitive dissonance journey and all this other stuff. Who knows? Maybe I'm not going exactly where I left, but steering right where I need to be. Yes, honey. Look, age number 22 out here. The year of 1970s could be significant. Year 95 could be significant. The 2000s. Okay, 2029 could be significant. Yeah, because some of y'all, you start now, you going to be, when it comes to like 4 years later, you going to already have mastered something or got something done, you know. That's perfect about acknowledging things or being aware of things, because now you know that, now it exists to you to begin with, right? Now that's probably step 1. Acknowledgement. Imprisonment, yeah, in one's own head. You gotta stop stressing about things. You got like court cases or things with the law or things of injustice and people out here with jealousy and envy and karmic masculines and Jezebels. You gotta stop. This is not your energy to be focusing on. Let other people in their own reality, you know, be in their own head about all of this energy. You don't need to be consuming all of this data, this negativity, this stress, this trauma, because it's going to live in your head rent-free and interfere with how you maneuvering. Get back into this space of peace. That's the spiritual protection. That's the protection that's required on your end, where you're protecting your own peace, your own energy, etc. The things that you don't see and everything else, your spiritual team got that. It has got that. Been got that. Okay. You also beating yourself up about the different energies and versions of self. You gotta love yourself wholeheartedly. If you realize that you are a person that fell into lust, or you know was a person who do have the ability to be jealous or whatever, you gotta love yourself through all of that. You know, that's how you would for sure be able to even love other people. People who probably never would give to a homeless person, whatever the case may be, has possibly not reached a certain level of self-compassion. And I just say that not because I read it out of a book or heard it from a prophet or a teacher, but I too am a teacher of my own, and just based off my own wisdom and experience, it's just what is given. All right. Intuition on the back of it at this point in time. Okay, look, there go the karma. We already talked about y'all being in your head and literally in your head, hit mental prison around this mother. Ooh, somebody literally could be facing jail or whatever the case may be. Maybe this hasn't happened yet. Maybe this is somebody else's energy. All right, because somebody is giving Earth Angel, Empress. Okay. But there's something about poverty connected to this energy, which is crazy. Because how can this energy be tied to Earth Angel and Empress? That's how I know something going on. That's how I know something going on. Earth Angel doing it to itself. You've already ascended, mature. You got to apply the wisdom. Chosen one. It's like the chosen one who come into like realizing they're chosen and then they forget, or they get caught up in the whole, oh, that's blasphemy, that's worshiping yourself or other God, whatever the case may be. They get caught into the bullshit, or whatever the case may be, or however it goes about. But this can be in many ways. This could be a mother figure. This could be literally a creation of love and light, or a creation of an Earth Angel, a mother birthing an Earth Angel. But this Earth Angel is in poverty. Could have found out some news. They're a rising star. They're rising spiritually, professionally, emotionally. Maybe they were supposed to. Whatever the case may be. Maybe they got told something. Maybe they awoke into something. I feel like this was somebody who is working very hard, putting in effort, and they're going to see results. Maybe they haven't been seeing some results. Maybe they experienced some type of ending or transition. But I feel like everything happened for a reason. And it actually benefited this person more than it hurt them. That don't mean that I'm labeling the scale of hurt and this and that. Nah. But it's just given, since this person is undefeatable, that's why. But I feel like somebody is living a life of, they're getting it out the mud and they're going to create huge, multiply, etc. But all this work shit about to end. Use your intuition to get you up out of it. I'm telling you, balance out the chakras, get into your divination. Whatever the case may be, you can trust yourself if you can't trust nobody else. Okay, people have been working against you. That's what they do. They try to they be smart with it. They be thinking with it. They be premeditated with it. But you're protected, and you're a healer, and you're guided, and you know you're of divinity. I know sometimes they say bad things happen to good people. The thing is, I feel like sometimes we just bump our own heads and learn lessons, right? I feel like somebody is going to come into union with their ideal partner. Somebody could be worried about this, feeling like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I'll ever find true love. Or maybe you got people from your past who's worried and in fear that you're going to move on from them and find somebody better, or just love yourself more. Or maybe loving yourself more is going to push you towards dating better, or whatever the case may be. Somebody is going to be surprised. I'm telling you, this energy is giving starseed, high honor. Somebody is literally going to connect. An Earth Angel is literally going to connect with a starseed of high honor, or somebody who's also an Earth Angel with high honor, whatever the case may be. Somebody's going to buy them a house. I feel like this is in the future, in the distant future, or the near future, the upcoming future. And I feel like that's because this person is going to start using their discernment and their logic or analytical mind or thinking, or whatever the case may be. This person could be mentally and emotionally unstable, or maybe this is how people are deeming them, as crazy and distressed, you know, relationship. Maybe y'all dealt with a romantic connection that possibly put you in this certain space. Snotty nose, watery eyes. You know, maybe you had to literally move from like move away from this individual or this space. It was physically making you sick, or it was interfering with your womb or something of the sort. An actual child could be significant. Somebody could have been emotionally manipulating somebody, or this connection could have just been very much love and hate due to somebody having an entity attached to them. And entities could just be like the energy of lust, the energy of fear, the energy of worry. You know, just that other people may think of it as a literal spirit, demon, whatever. We all have different beliefs, perceptions. Take the messages that resonate for you. That's why I was going at a fast pace, not slowing down, being specific, or going more into specifics, because that's going to be up for you guys to do and to also decide if a message is going to be for you or not. All right, somebody could be a doctor, or a doctor could be significant. Someone's job and occupation, the healthcare field could be significant. But whatever these manifestations are, be mindful of also manifesting things in your life that you don't want, because to me personally, I feel like that could happen. I don't know if because I made that a belief, that's what I just started manifesting, or if that was literally true to it. But something in my head literally answered that for me. It was very faint, and now I don't even know what it was. But it literally answered it for me in a way that was like almost like my higher self. Okay, so my phone is about to get ready to die, you guys. They're giving me a puzzle. It has a dog on here in the woods. I'm telling you, nature is very significant. 447 on the clock, 12% battery. All right. I'm thinking about what am I gonna make me to eat. I don't want to be lazy, so I'll probably do the. And I also want to be healthy as well. I mean, as of now, I still possibly would eat eggs, even though I want to focus on becoming like vegan for real. But when I officially label myself as anything other than whatever I do in the process of getting there, I'm just not going to label myself as anything. Because you never know. Sometimes, I don't know, I may eat some sushi, honey. I don't know. See, but then I'd be preferring not to. Because I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm taking a life here. Poor fish. Well, I'm not taking the life. Somebody else taking the life. And I know some people like, look, welcome to the team, prosperity, period. And that's literally what it is. Welcome to the team, prosperity. I'm telling y'all, so many new, like, these financial opportunities out here. But the thing is, we have to not get in our own way, because the thing is, we're getting in the way of health, wealth, abundance, and a good time. Okay, and a good time, I don't mean in no lustful way, honey. I mean a good time enjoying one's life for real. For real, for real. It can happen, I'm telling you. Alright, so that's pretty much the message that I have here. Of course, there's always many more messages to give, but I'm going to conclude it here. Okay? If you guys are ever looking to get a personal reading, I am a spiritual life coach. I provide mentorships, life coaching sessions. I also work with the youth and family. I do tarot and oracle readings. I provide advice in many areas. So if you're ever looking for any of my services, my website has an in-depth description of what I do provide, the standard prices that I have, which varies depending on what the service is, if you are a new or a returning client. Okay, because I do have deals and sales going on for new and returning clients. Alright, so if you guys do want to get on the list is open. If you want to schedule a free consultation so we can know exactly what's best for you. If it's tarot and oracle readings, if it's mentorship or life coaching sessions. Okay. If you just have other general questions, if you need some advice or anything like that, you can comment in the chat. I also have an email if you guys are ever trying to reach me, if you do not have my business number. My email is also on my site. It's thealignedspaceco@gmail.com. All right, that was the alert. The 10% left on the phone. If you guys have any questions, I can like pull possibly a card for you, Oracle or Tarot, just to do my little intuition test or whatever the case may be. If you would like a card pull or a question. Other than that, make sure you give me a follow and turn on your post notifications, whether you're on YouTube or not. I will be having new content dropping more this week, possibly even today. I'm going to start gathering up a schedule, possibly. I'm not too sure. I have just been going with the flow and just getting on in different times of day, whether that's 4, 5, 6 a.m. or 4, 5, 8, 9, 10 p.m., right? Different times, different days of the week. I know I did want to start getting into the schedule, but it seems that I didn't really feel called to do like a schedule. I have business hours, so that's not like the type of schedule that I am talking about. But usually like, okay, tune in Tuesdays through Friday, okay, 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. or something like that. I may do one day. I may do. But right now I'm just going with the flow. And maybe that can even be confirmation when you guys, you know, create. If something new happens, you know, give it a go, entertain it or not. Or not. I'm just saying, based on the collective we did and me just literally just seeing the Magician card as I was gathering my thought. Or at least saying my thought to you guys. But yeah, when your girl energy start going down and the throat start feeling dry, I'm like, okay, that's the message. Usually it happens right when my phone is about to die. Funny how that works. Maybe y'all could really be receiving signs. You know, it's not necessarily always demons trying to tell you what to do or this and that, but really having your best interest at heart. That could just be a way of how you can look at things. I'm big on looking at things in a, you know, in a way that doesn't re-traumatize or traumatize in every way else. So, of course, that's enlightenment. Of course, that's what it is. But thank you guys for tuning in, for bringing me up to 5.9K likes. I believe the most likes I got did reach, of course, the 2 digits, but it's all right. Sometimes when we're in live, we're just listening, not double tapping. Sometimes we are double tapping. So I just appreciate, you know, the heart means, the likes, the other gifts that I did receive, the genuine energy and love. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. Okay, but that wraps up the collective. I do send you guys love, light, and all things grand, and I return your energy back to you, and I release my energy back to me. You will find this video on my YouTube maybe sometime this week or next week. I know most definitely this month. Okay, usually it takes time for me to save the videos because they're like literally over an hour long, so it takes time to process that when I download it from TikTok. I did make other videos as well that weren't on live. Look, nevertheless to say, expect some content today, this week, this month. Okay, and I will see you